We are live. We are live. We are live. Nick, we are live.
If you can't tell.
We are definitely live. Folks, we are the Wrasslin for Life Network, and we're kicking off another week in wrestling here on the channel, here in the world. We are jumping. It's going to be one of them shows. Happy Monday. We are jumping into Monday Night Raw. It's going to be a good one. They just announced a 6-man elimination match for the U.S. title. Among other things, we got lots to get into. Still got Vince stuff to talk about. Still got more rumors. Who's going to buy the WWE? What is happening out there? What are we going to talk about? Well, we're going to talk wrestling. It's going to be a fun time. We got 3+ hours ahead, folks. Don't go anywhere. Go get your snacks and get back here and watch. Let's go. Ding, ding, ding. We are live. We are live. We are live. And we are ready to go, folks. As always, and as I tried to say earlier, we are the Wrasslin for Life Network, and we're doing this all week long. We're back to kick off this week with some Raw for everybody. The show is already kicking off, and we're going to get into lots of things to talk about. But before we do that, let's remind you, I am Mr. Every Night, KJ White, the Iron Man of YouTube, and that's right. The Every Night Delight, as Nick would like to call me.
I was going to say, I'm going to just jump right to this as I've got the bloodline coming out and everything right now. But ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, the Wrestling for Life proudly brings to you its YouTube Tag Team Champions of the World, the Every Night Delight, KJ White. I am Big Nick. And if you're not down with that, or if you are down with that, I got 2 words for you. Like and subscribe.
Good words, good words.
Right. Well, I see you thought I was going to be dirty there.
I didn't know where you were going to go with that, but I knew we were going somewhere. But yes, right. Folks, we have, well, technically, I mean, this is the last Raw before the 30th anniversary.
Before Raw XXX.
That's next week, right?
Yeah, it's going to be coming out in the orange and black instead of the red and black.
There we go. There we go. Now, I have the Bloodline getting into the ring, the Bloodline kicking off the show tonight. So, Nick, we talked about this before we went live. It needs to be a good show. They need to deliver. They need to build some hype. There's been no hype about Rumble. All we're talking about is office politics and stocks and shares and crazy old men. Not a lot of talk about, oh, my God, Rumble. And we're all kind of excited. We're not sure why yet.
Right. Well, and I will say this real quick, A-Town, I see you, what? But shout out Small Mark, Dale, Ronnie, DeMarcus, Bobby, Kayla, Gary, everybody. I'm taking attendance over here.
Swanson.
Right, but it's one of those, we knew that there was a talent meeting or something like that, or kind of at least a powwow with Triple H before Raw kicked off, basically saying Vince isn't getting involved in creative. Granted, his wife just said that, and then 4 days later, she resigned from the company. But that's neither here nor there. So this really needs to establish this needs to kick out of the gate. Last week as a whole from WWE was kind of slow. This needs to be good.
Yes, absolutely. And I mean, this show needs to reek of Triple H, if that makes sense. Like, it's got to come off of the stench of the game because you're right. I mean, because people don't trust the word of the WWE. And the latest example you already touched on. Stephanie sits on a meeting on Friday, says, Kumbaya, rah, rah, let's go. Nothing's going to change. And then on Monday says, peace, I'm out.
Right. Well, and even then, still you've got Vince, I guess, allegedly already talking to other departments saying, you're not cutting it, pal, or, this isn't working for me.
Now, again, with what we go through here, the question always becomes, are those real stories? Are they dirt sheets? Is it bullshit? Is it real? I don't know. It's all
depends on who's reporting it. I guess Meltzer's caught under fire lately. He finally.
We're kicking off Raw. The Bloodline have the mics, and it's just the Usos and Solo. Just to point that
it's the actual Bloodline, not the honorary Us. Which did you hear the rumors that they might be trying to add Jacob Fatu? The one I've been I think we've all been championing, and now Booker T's backing him.
Yeah, now we're off on a side tangent, but there's rumors about, we've seen recently about Hikuleo, now Fatu. Who was the other one that we were just talking about?
You think they're going to bring in Roman Light?
No, what Roman Light, Tonga kick your ass for saying that shit. But Tom, I mean, what if it's like the counter? Oh, lights out.
Oh, well, we've got the Judgment Day, because the Judgment Day is the number one contenders right now, I believe, for the tag team titles, which they've talked about of splitting before Mania even.
They should. They need to. And I think you got a 2-night event, but all your belts are on like 3 people, so you got to fill.
I am fine with splitting the tag titles. Don't split the world title. Unless you're going to do it to where you do an outright draft, or unless you acknowledge how dominant Roman is.
I actually assumed what you said was, Roman loses one, but the Usos keep both. Because really, there's not much of a tag team division, in all fairness.
Fair enough. On a side note, if anyone's played GTA San Andreas, tell me that Judgment Day doesn't look like your rival gang to your character.
They're the purples.
Especially Dom.
Listen.
And Rhea is 100% a star in this group. This is her faction. She's the Hulk Hogan of this shit.
Mm-hmm. Now, I will say a couple things. As soon as I remember everything I wanted to say. But no, you're completely right. Like, Rhea's on a next level. She's in such a groove. Even like you see the clips on social, like a little kid reaching out to tag her, give her a high five, and she's like, "Don't even touch me, kid." Like, it's amazing. Like, she's dialed right in to her character. It's authentic. It's believable. It's great. Now, the interesting part of this scenario and they're 100%. Hey, listen, folks, you heard House of Purple here first. If you see that anywhere else, it came from here. But the House of Purple is truly living into the moniker now. And yes, it's definitely the Purple Gang from San Andreas.
Yeah, gimmick infringement. But Maryland is watching you. Well, I guess I'm watching Maryland. I'll be watching you, to quote Phil Collins. But it's even right there, just the little mannerisms of, as we've now got Damian Priest, Dominic, and Finn squaring up with Jimmy, Jay, and Solo, and Rhea just sits there and camps by the side.
That's it.
Just been the whole time of just she knows 100% of the second she steps out there, that's her.
Well, let's be real. Let's go Rhea and Solo. I'm all for it. The enforcers of both teams.
I mean, she's slammed Luke Gallows. Yeah. And Bobby's asking, is she a champion yet? No, but I do think she's the favorite. She's my pick to win the Women's Rumble.
That does not make her the favorite.
Oh, that, mommy?
That does not make her the favorite. Just for the record.
Fair enough. But either way, I've had people even tell me that Dom at this point looks so much like Eddie that they literally are questioning the actual storyline of, Dominic on a pole match.
Wild things happen.
Do something strange for a little piece of change.
Right. But how do you feel about this matchup? Like, obviously the Judgment Days got a bit of a rub over the last little while. Dominic and Rhea coming to the forefront, kind of giving them legitimacy. And now here they are. They might even do, I suggested, like the Freebird style of pick 2.
Well, I halfway like it because, granted, right now I've got the Usos right now listing off of every team.
They're so good.
RK Bro, lockdown. OC, so lockdown. Like, they're just naming everybody that they've ran through. But I could see this being another maybe Roman versus Finn feud, or there's still the rumored we're gonna get Demon Finn versus Edge at Royal Rumble. That I'm still waiting for that to come to fruition.
Yeah, like we're 2 weeks away and we haven't seen Edge yet. Which, I mean, I'm okay if we don't have a whole lot of big long Edge monologues, but
you don't want to sit on the mountain of omnipotence.
No.
We're gonna get Dom versus
Wow.
Solo.
Did you catch that though?
What? What do you say?
Know what we call an USO? A wannabe essay. This
Bro.
guy is crazy. Oh, kill him. This isn't even wow. Dom's taller than
How
I
is that
thought.
the better stare down of Rhea versus Solo than Dom versus
It got a
Solo? I've seen
huge
people
pop, by
saying
the
that.
way.
I think it was
Right
Johnny
away.
here saying that Dom's just trolling us at this point. Like Dom versus Solo, it's like, okay, cool. You want to die. You have a death wish, kid.
Yeah.
But how is the better face off? Solo versus Rhea? Like, how does that seem like the better matchup?
Solo back down. Oh no,
never mind. To Rhea, to mommy.
Wait, this is highly inappropriate. Oh, he threatened Rhea with Nick. He threatened Rhea with the thumb.
Pause.
You gotta. Never mind.
It's 2022 China versus 2022 Umaga. Oh, and so we're going to kick off right into Mustafa Ali versus Solo Sikoa because we have Mustafa Ali show up and just.
But see, why is that at? Like, how did we get there?
Wait, and then we cut to commercial because, whenever a game kicks off or whenever you're watching any sporting event, when it starts to kick off, you instantly cut to commercial.
Yeah, that's a shitty time to go, bro.
Right.
So, if you're following along at home, Ali just jumped Solo. So, Solo is taking some shots from Ali. Rhea Ripley's rolling out, and we're, like I said, into a commercial now. Kick off the show with Judgment Day face-to-face with parts of the Bloodline. And, Rhea Ripley got the biggest pop out of everybody. When she stepped in, the crowd...
Sorry.
Yeah, no, I was just going to say, when she stepped in, the crowd picked up.
Oh, absolutely. We ended it with a Rhea versus Solo face-off and everything before then Ali jumped into the ring, kind of kicking off their match as everybody rolled out after we had chaos break out between the Bloodline and Judgment Day.
I like it, DeMarcus. I like it now.
It has to. I've seen people pitch about her joining the Hurt Business if the Hurt Business comes back, which that might also come back tonight. But I think she's a natural fit for the Bloodline. And what other female outside of Tamina are you going to put in there?
Yeah, really, you don't have many options. And I do it writes itself. I mean, here the Bloodline's having an issue, kind of like, AJ was having an issue and we got Mia Yim. You want a female presence. Mission.
Missionary.
I mean,
it's like missionary every single night.
That being said, folks, just in case we haven't done a good job of it yet, I want to say welcome to the stream, welcome to the channel. We are just kicking off our Monday night coverage of WWE. It's going to be a good one. We have lots to talk about. We will get through that in the next 3 hours. Keep the chat lit up. Give us your predictions. Right now we have Ali and Solo, so if you haven't made a prediction yet, get your prediction in. Stay all the way to the end. We will take your rating out of 10. But other than that, folks, I hope you're happy, healthy, and safe. I hope everyone out there had a wonderful Monday. I know it's a Monday, but we got through it. We will be back.
Hey, we had the weekend. We had playoff football. Let's go, Buffalo. I had a great weekend.
Listen, wait. I have a question, and then I have something to follow it up with.
Go ahead.
Question is, are you not a Seahawks fan?
Both.
Okay. Okay. Just depends on who's doing well.
No, I have one in the AFC and one in the NFC.
Oh, that's fair. I guess. Yeah. Okay. Now the other thing is, good job to Buffalo. Handled business. Took care of Miami. Going up against the Bengals. We might have to put a friendly wager on this Bengals game.
Fair enough. I mean, I'm sure I could already find one with shout out our homie Big Rig and everything like that. Because by the way, also, in case you couldn't feel the Buffalo vibe coming through me right now, we are at least Monday Night Raw is in Cincinnati, Ohio. So of course they're in enemy territory right now.
Very much so. And keep going.
What? No, I was gonna say, what you trying to wager? As we're coming back from commercial right
now. We'll have to figure it out this week. Well, we're shooting the shit on this. We're gonna come up with some type of wager. I'll put something down on I hate to go against my boy, but that's kind of what we do here. So
let's go Buffalo. I don't give a damn. We're already talking about doing a Super Bowl stream, and trust me, I'm already gonna be here fitted with buffalo hats and everything.
This is why I like this guy. Ladies and gentlemen, Nick just kind of let everyone know.
Oh, I don't give a fuck.
We are back to the action. I will take a second to kind of, if you missed it, echo what Nick just touched on. We do on this channel plan to throw a Super Bowl party. I know you got people who are out there going to be like, you're a wrestling channel. Yeah, we're wrestling fans that like football. So we're going to do a Super Bowl party. We're going to try and have maybe some games, some activities, but join us. Let everybody you know. If you want to have a good time, you want to laugh with your wrestling buddies, we will be here live for the Super Bowl unless something drastic happens and changes.
I'll be here.
Nick won't show up if Buffalo loses this week.
Oh no, I'll be. That's one sad Buffalo.
I think because I don't know why I dislike Buffalo. I think because I grew up close to them, and they, like in the '90s, they had that solid run. But
you should relate to them though, because they're like the Toronto Maple Leafs of they just get always close and then fuck it up.
That's valid, actually. Valid. I think that was part of why I didn't like them as a kid. Was the
monkey see, monkey do.
Right? We always joke.
Trust me, I've already figured it out in my head. If I would probably cry on stream if the Buffalo Bills win their first Super Bowl and make the Super Bowl since I've been alive. Well, no, they've made it
4 in a row.
I remember, but I'm saying
them all. Like as an adult, I mean, who thought you'd be jazzed? And I know we got a match going on, folks. We'll get back to it in a second, and we will get to the chat as well. But who would have thought people would be jazzed about a Bengals Bills game in 2023?
Because Buffalo is America's team. Suck it, Cowboys.
How did that happen?
I hate to tell you, but Buffalo is America's team now.
Yeah, but if Dallas wins tonight, they're in tough.
Who do you cheer for in this game? You have Tom Brady versus the Cowboys. It's like Darth Vader versus fucking Dr. Doom.
I'm more than happy to cheer for Brady. I can't hate on a guy that I can't hate a guy that's been that successful. I don't give a shit what anyone says. He's got way too many rings.
You're like what's his name's character at the end of Anchorman and everything. With deep down with everything in my body, I hate you, but god damn it, do I respect you.
Right. You can't take that away from the man.
Vince
Vaughn, Solo 2 count. We got a 2 count from Solo. The match is going on. Let's jump down to the predictions and maybe get back up to some of the hellos.
Yeah.
We're having a good time.
We're talking football. I took everybody away. Born and raised in Buffalo. Shout out Jay West then. I grew up actually halfway in between pretty much where KJ is and probably where you grew up.
That's true.
So that's the thing is you either grew up a Buffalo fan or Jersey Giants or a Jersey Jets fan. And I say that because the Buffalo is the only team that actually plays in New York.
I like that. I mean, it always makes me laugh. Buffalo fans love reminding everybody that.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, where's your stadium? Fuck you.
New Jersey. Oh, as Solo just throws Ollie into the turnbuckle.
MCW, welcome back. That's a funny comment.
I can see it.
Solo just... Ollie having a rough night in the office.
Well, and do you like or dislike how much they're kind of playing towards Solo being kind of the new Umaga?
I like it. It's perfect. I mean, it makes sense. You kind of are a product of your environment.
Oh, here comes your doppelganger. As I had Jimmy and Jay hop.
Wait, why are the Usos out?
Barricade. And now I've got KO coming out right now. So again, folks, don't adjust your TV. That's just a more bearded, slightly less French Canadian, and you fix the thing. Then.
No, I was just kidding.
Coming out right now.
Pull it back and tell you I was in the on the show.
Oh yeah, you're coming out right now.
All right, so KO
right now whipping both of the Usos in the ring steps.
I do think it's kind of funny that he got an entrance.
Yeah, it's amazing how they time that music cue up as we've got a springboard tornado DDT from Ali for a 2 count.
There's no way, even with distraction, that Ali should beat Solo. Tornado DDT, get the fuck out of here. Yeah, I don't mind the whole Umaga connection, and I do think he's like a revamped Umaga, right? Like Umaga basically
Oh,
grunted all the time.
yeah, you had Escobar there or whatever his
You
name
remember
was. That.
he was good.
Oh, Samoan Spike from Solo on the Ali for the 3 count, and then KO instantly runs in and hits him with a stunner, and then is just
Yeah, I like
dumping,
that though.
I guess, the Samoan mud hole in him and walking it dry.
Yes.
Kevin Owens is what John Moxley wishes he was.
Oh, that's amazing! I'm snipping that shit. That's fucking. I love that quote.
Tell me I'm wrong though.
I think a lot of people would jump on you for that, but I like it a
I
lot.
don't give a fuck.
That's a spicy meatball.
Pause. But KO setting up right now. He's got Solo on the announce table, just tearing through the Usos. It looks like we're gonna get a tadpole splash through Solo on the table.
Boys, the camera's
Kevin
right
Owens
there.
looking like a fucking badass again, and I'll repeat it for those who didn't hear me. Kevin Owens right now looking like John Moxley wishes he did.
That's amazing. And you know what? It is that thing of he might not win this fight, but he's gonna fight.
Well, Adam Pearce and Hurricane and everybody are just trying to pull KO. See, this is what I like of it. It looks like actually, oh shit, this wasn't supposed to happen. We should get fucking down
urgency.
There. Up to.
Right? It's like, and it's, I hate to bag on the other company, but Jericho set some guy's face on fire, nobody around to give a shit. Look, this is perfect. Look how over KO is.
Absolutely. Well, you've got him. You've got Petey. Shout out Petey Williams. Shout out
Petey.
I think I saw Jamie Noble in there.
You
too.
Definitely saw Jamie Noble. Look at Petey. Shane Helms. Shut up
Shane
and
take my money for a cruiserweight division right now, though. That still has Shane Helms and Petey Williams in it. Right. The innovator of the Canadian Destroyer. Shut up and take my money.
Listen, for everybody that bitches about how many Canadian Destroyers you have to see, blame Petey.
Pause.
Petey didn't even have a head.
Yeah, little Petey Punk.
Brady 7-0 against Cowboys. Ding, ding.
Oh, you're going to make me cheer for the Cowboys, and I don't like it. But I've got Bobby Lashley right now backstage.
Nah, I can't bet against Brady, bro. KO's back, and we got Bobby. Why is he in the
Kevin
dark?
Steen right now is back. Not even KO. I'd say that's Kevin Steen.
Man, and listen, over as fuck. No Sammy in sight, by the way, guys. And no Roman, no Paul. It's just been the Usos and little brother. So
Lose.
I go for Kana when Asuka turns. All right, Bobby, we'll see. Lots of rumors about her returning to her old roots.
Well, she could still return to her old roots and still be labeled Asuka, but I'm still excited for this
I think she should
event that we've got coming up. We've got a 6-way elimination match. Winner faces Austin Theory for the U.S. title.
So is it a gauntlet? So it's not a gauntlet match.
No, it's an elimination.
Wait, that's at Raw 30, dude. Oh, they get the match at Raw 30. Okay.
As we're getting a video package for that. Now, was it going to be like what they've done before, to where they have like video segment in the Hammerstein, like over here, and then they have
I don't know. I like that. I enjoy it.
Well, imagine though if you paid a fucking ticket for that. Of like, cool. So I watched one segment. Wait, 2 hours.
Man, I say that all the time.
Another segment,
right? What's up, Greg? Ronnie? I'm under the ring. Hey, Ronnie, let us know if you find Jack.
Don't end up in little people's court, please.
Right? Hey, do me a favor. Grab somebody's leg. I just want to see someone randomly fall.
I don't think you need a trip up to do that.
He's got the whole world in his hands, Nick. Bray, everyone's pretty pumped. And it's actually funny. I talked to one of my brothers this morning about, whether or not Bray is trailing off in popularity. You and I have talked many times about it's getting a little slow, it's dragging out. But he pointed out something very good. Like he showed me the latest handful of videos that the WWE put out, and literally the Bray Wyatt stuff from this week, 2.2 million views. Nothing else is even close. Nothing else is plus a million views. It is insane. The fan base is still very much engaged with this, even though we feel as like, ugh.
Is it still hoping that there's going to be something there? And I just,
absolutely.
I love this comment right here. I am the eater of Applebee's.
Well, I'm the eater of a few things, sir, but yeah.
Pause. Booty.
Yeah.
I don't know.
If it fits.
I think it's fuck you. I do think it's one of those of you're still hoping that these story threads pull together somehow.
Yeah, I mean, I think for us, we're getting a little impatient and eager, but some would argue, well, that's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to be anticipating. My complaint is there's been a lot of nothing segments. And that's my problem. If the story's dragging out, great. But when you do a segment, it's got to kind of mean a little more. And a lot of a lot of the ones lately, they're not. The story's kind of the same with or without them, and I think that's my issue. But overall, like I said, when you're doubling up, when you go look at the WWE YouTube page and you got that video, Bray Wyatt content still just completely adored. So there is a large contingent of the fan base that wants to know where this is going and haven't given up.
But is it because those are the people that don't watch it week to week and that they just tune in to the highlights and everything? So they don't get that this has been going on for quite a while.
No, I think most people are aware. Like, I mean, if you're following it this intently, I mean, they know the White Rabbit stuff. And again, I mean, levels of, everyone's going to have a different feel of it. And if you're a diehard bought in, which I mean, I thought I was, or I usually accuse myself of being one, but there are some fans that just won't waver, right? Like, and I'm not wavering. I still love Bray Wyatt, but I really want Bray Wyatt to wrestle. I want to see him wrestle in matches and then tie it to all the creepy bullshit you're doing. Even if he comes out and squashes somebody, beat up Mansoor. We can't find him. Go find him, beat him up.
Well, so what do you think about the rumor that we're going to get Bray Wyatt versus Uncle Howdy at WrestleMania 39?
I told you, if it's 100% theatrical and it's a cinematic match and it's Bray versus a version of Bray, I'm not going to be content. I want Bray to come out with a really cool entrance, get in the fucking ring, have a rivalry with some fucking babyface that he's been picking on, and fucking have a banger. That's what I want as a Bray Wyatt fan. And you better do it. Because, I mean, some people love all these clues and QR codes. We do too. However,
honestly,
I want wrestling.
You had it pulled in to where everybody. Yeah, I know I'm fucking up.
No, I'm just chuckling at the people proclaiming what they're eaters of. So if you're tuning in right now, let us know in the chat. What are you an eater of? Pie.
All the way on that. All right, I'm going to take that time to just switch away from when they were shouting out the Cincinnati Bengals and everything. That of just no. Bad WWE. That's bad WWE.
Pie.
Poo-tang pie.
Why did you have to?
You set me up, my guy.
I feel like I implied it, and you just had to like.
Right, exactly. Sometimes you just gotta go. You gotta have it to. You want to hear that back, go.
Right. We're back from commercial. For those who are tuning in, thank you for being here. But we are back from commercial. We're getting another recap on Cody Rhodes. We're following the surgery. Now, I did read some people imply that Cody coming back and winning the Rumble will feel forced. And perhaps it would feel like, the way they pushed Roman. I tend to disagree with that. I believe this is the Triple H. This is the hero, the man that's been through so much, that sacrificed his body for you, is here to, make his dream come true and win the belt for his daddy.
The only thing that's missing through all of these video packages is a Creed song playing.
It really is.
Just, hello, my friend, we'll meet again. That's what really needs to be playing right now.
Yeah.
because that's 100% what this is. Of granted, I won't lie, when I saw them wheeling him into like the hospital and everything, I was waiting for Stone Cold to show up with a bedpan and just clang.
You always expect Mr. Sacco shows up.
Right.
You know what though, dude? I mean, I like this. I mean, this is something. This feels like any other professional sport giving you some type of story about one of their key guys. Like if it was a football team or when you follow,
Yeah, but they
such
do
and
it
such.
for 1 week, not like 7.
That depends. And I mean, I get it. This is a bigger buildup. The other funny thing that I haven't seen anybody mention this, but the fact that in a couple weeks now, we've got Brandy on WWE TV couple times and nobody's saying shit about it.
Well, because Steph stepped down and resigned
Oh,
to
shit.
step in. Could you imagine?
The new Steph and Triple H of WWE,
Oh
Cody and
my
Brandy.
God.
I don't need you. Get out.
I've found other versions of you.
No, that's crazy.
Road to the Royal Rumble. So that's where we're gonna get. So, like you said, of this being Triple H of I thought you would have just let it happen. Of you have that moment to where you have like when Cena showed up after he tore his, I think it's same injury, tore his pec and everything like that, or something, and then he shows up and everybody just stops and is looking at the entranceway.
Yeah.
That's what you could have had here.
And that's what I thought would always happen because what you do is, okay, he gets injured about just under 10 months, right? Sorry, just under 8 months away from Rumble. And then you tell everybody it's going to be, approximately 9 months plus for Cody to get better. And then he shows up a few weeks earlier than expected. Bob's your uncle, Betty's your aunt, everything's beautiful. I'm a little surprised, but we've seen very much in the last couple of years here, Nick, where a lot of secrets just get given out because they hope it sells more tickets.
Absolutely. It's become almost an issue that I feel like you saw start around the Attitude Era, WCW, what have you, of now we don't anticipate that you're going to buy it on the suspense. So now we have to tell you what you're buying.
Yeah, a little bit. I go for Cody at the Rumble. I still think he's an odds-on favorite, guys, especially with this shit.
Cody and Sammy. Oh, MVP coming out of Adam Pearce's locker room as we had Saxton gainfully still employed interviewing Elias. I still just shut up and just please make it happen. Babyface or heel, almost involved or what have you. I know we kind of teased it with the thumbnail and everything like that, but have the blood or the Hurt Business back together. Have that be the Bloodline the dominant faction on SmackDown, have the Hurt Business the dominant faction on Monday Night Raw.
Well, and I mean, part of me believed that there was an opportunity here, Nick, and I know you're going to take a little bit of a pause here, folks, and you're going to ride with me for a couple minutes as Nick stretches his legs. But yeah, I will continue that thought where them teasing the Hurt Business, but I thought they had an opportunity. You see Benjamin and Cedric come back last week, and they lose. And I think they missed something there. Because now you got Bobby Lashley in this match. You have Cedric and Benjamin now teasing or at least challenging. Now, speak of the Devils, they're using them. They're putting them in matches. Going up against the Street Profits. And there you go. Cedric with a bit of a new look. I think he got some fangs. Back into commercial, folks. But yes, I think there was an opportunity where Benjamin and Cedric could have won. Now you have Lashley kind of get a W and head back towards that. Then you have an opportunity to put gold back on the Hurt Business. I was a big fan of the Hurt Business. I felt like it was prematurely ended. I think we lost it too soon. So I think at the end of the day, I would like to see it come back. However, they've been really I like what they're doing with this. I like that you see them kind of in the background. We've only had the one meeting of the minds where MVP walks in last week and kind of pitches it, but Bobby's having none of it. Now, what about this as far as fantasy booking and pitching? Is there a chance that Bobby's kind of really reluctant to rejoin and MVP recruits somebody else? All right, you don't want to be involved in the Hurt business? We got you. And Bobby becomes the actual target of the Hurt business instead of being in the Hurt business. Maybe. Depends what kind of way they want to go with it. I prefer if you just bring Bobby back into it, but that's an option. That all being said, just looking here, I'm going to catch up on this chat as we go, folks. But remember, if you haven't told everybody you know about us, you should do that. We cover wrestling all the time. We don't stop. We're back every day, most days. And we will be back for NXT tomorrow, Dynamite Wednesday, the podcast on Thursday. Friday, I believe, is a doubleheader. We had back-to-back triple headers because if there's multiple shows, we'll cover them. And I do believe this Saturday, I will confirm, I will put it out on the pages and put it out on social. I think we have a doubleheader this weekend, this Saturday. I will confirm that as we go through this week. It's only Monday, but I do believe there's an XPW pay-per-view and something else we were going to cover. But like I said, we'll keep you posted. Don't forget, we do have original content coming your way, plus our interviews. If you haven't seen Saturday's interview, we did a special Saturday afternoon edition of the Rumble. We had the wonderful, amazing Julie Cutler come on and give us her insights into wrestling and her wrestling journey. We were so grateful to have her. A lady that spends a lot of time co-hosting with Sean Rossap on Fightful. She's doing corresponding work, doing interviews, and she was an outstanding guest. We went for almost 2 hours, and we probably could have went for a couple of hours more. And if you haven't gone over to Instagram and checked her out there, do so. She is an absolutely amazing lady, and she deserves all the support and high fives from everybody that she can get. So go check her out over there and check out the interview we did. So one of my faves. With all of that being said, we are in a commercial break. The show is going on. Big Nick will be back. We don't know who else. You never know who else is going to pop up. Long show tonight. We got a couple hours still to go, plus 20. Don't be sorry, Lauren. Just be happy you're here. No need to apologize. Thank you. I like the love. But I will try and catch up on this chat as we go through. Folks, keep this chat going. I want to see it lit up. And we'll click on as many as we can. Do not forget, if you want to stand out amongst all these messages, there are the super stickers. There is super chat as well. Feel free. If you want to support the channel, support our hustle, we greatly appreciate it. We're flattered that you give us our time. But if you're feeling a little generous or you just want a colorful bubble to tell us what you're thinking, you can click down below and use the super stickers or the super chat. Beyond that, we are back from commercial break, and I have the Street Profits coming out to the ring, and they will be taking on, who did I say? Oh, Cedric and Benjamin, who that's the second week in a row, at least we've seen them in action. So kind of implying that maybe there's something there, right? They haven't been used in quite a while, so maybe you're just putting them in front of the fans, so we're talking about it, right? What's up, Hagen? Creative is definitely putting an effort into the tag team division. Yes, they are, and I appreciate that. I grew up a huge fan of tag team wrestling. Excuse me, folks. I think tag team wrestling is excellent. I don't know. Just as a kid, I always thought the tag team matches were super exciting. The tandem offense, the combinations, the psychology behind breaking the rules and playing the ref, and I liked it all. So putting that effort in is great. And like we said, we need the next few shows, Raw, SmackDown, and then into Rumble, to really, really have a clear impression that Triple H is the guy calling the shots. If you see some funky stuff and we start wondering, ooh, is that Vince? That's not good for business. The message has consistently been Vince is not touching creative. Creative will not change, and I believe that. But people don't trust the word of the WWE. We've seen them be flippy floppy for years on they'll say one thing, do another. So the proof is in the pudding. If you're going to show up, if you're going to say it, do it. We're going to see. Show's off to a really good start, really good energy. I like the KO bit. I like all that happened with the bloodline. I think the Usos are completely underrated as far as what they do on the mic. And now we got what used to be known as the Hurt Business taking on the Street Profits here tonight. They take a straight up clean loss. Ooh, I don't know. Let me mic myself here for a second. That's how you know you're rambling too much, folks, is when your throat starts closing up on you for no reason. Oh, starting off with a bang. Shelton with a huge German for a 2 count. All right, get your predictions in, folks. By the way, you can call it the Hurt Business, call it whatever you want, but Hurt Business, Street Profits, get your predictions in. Dale's got the Street Profits. I gotta go Hurt Business because they need it. But the only other way I can see this happening is if that's the conversation. Listen, you're losing. Lashley fails to become number one contender tonight, and MVP's there to say, "Hey guys, let's just get back together and start winning. Because you guys lost, you're losers. You lost, you're a loser. Together, we are winners." That works, Dale. Not a bad show. Chill and watch them Raw. Good choice, Lauren. And I appreciate you watching it with us. The alternative commentary to all the wrestling. Andy giving some love to the fam. Right back with some Jello. What else we got here, folks? Wow. We got Ford holding onto the ropes. Is Shelton trying to snap him onto the floor? Yes. Cedriman. Sounds like a pill. Sounds like some medication that comes with a whole bunch of side effects. Cedriman. Here comes MVP. Shelton and yeah, all right. Oh, we go to a commercial break with MVP walking down to ringside. Interesting. I just surmised a possible scenario. It looks like MVP ain't messing around. Let's go. MVP getting right to the point. I always bring the smoke, says Larry. Now that is interesting. A lot of people have talked about Her Business breaking up. What do you think, folks? Is that a possibility? I don't know. It might be premature for me. I don't feel like the Street Profits have done enough as a tag team to start breaking up. I think you have to accomplish more. So at least there's that, like, we really like them to get back together, but it's sad they broke up. I don't know. Am I wrong about that? All right. What if it's the Street Profits who end up in the Hurt Business? I like it. JV, I like it. Welcome back, by the way. That's not a bad, like, yeah, I'm all for it. We're all talking about one thing and something else happens. I think we talked about that on Friday. You know, they built the Mickey James match in such a way that we all were thinking, most of us, vast majority of us, were thinking Mickey's done. And then she pulls off the win, pulls off the upset. Controversially, but she pulled it off. So for me, very interesting if they went a completely different way. I'd love it. It would bring some new energy to the Hurt Business, to Street Profits and the Hurt Business. And I really do think they could be good heels. I think the Street Profits, I think Montez is a star. I think he would be arrogant and, his little glasses and have an attitude. I think it works well. I really do. Hagen says, I was doing game commentary for NFL wildcard games yesterday. Way to go, Hagen. That's awesome. Speaking of a wild card.
Yeah, speaking of wild cards, but no, absolutely. Again, shout out to my Bills and everything like that. But
you've been back for 10 seconds. You got the Bills in already.
I don't give a fuck.
That's the name of this episode. I don't
right.
know. But, what do you think about this whole Hurt Business situation?
Yes, please give me it. Well, I was going to touch on because you mentioned about how someone was saying about how WWE's focused more on the tag division. I was like, well, that makes sense because let's still look at even the Attitude Era of
Mm-hmm.
that wouldn't be for naught if it wasn't for the Dudley Boys, the Hardy
Mm-hmm.
Boys, Edge and Christian,
Mm-hmm.
New Age Outlaws, etc. Of that tag division was stacked. Of that made
Mm-hmm.
you. That was half the time either the main event or the co-main event.
Yeah, no, I completely agree with you, Nick. And I think the people involved with making the decisions right now, from a creative standpoint, at least on the surface, they lived through that time where when every division mattered. If you tuned into a tag match, it mattered. If you tuned into an IC title match, it mattered. If you turned into the heavyweight title, it mattered. And all the divisions, or the people that kind of ended up at the top of those divisions, it was just beautiful. Like, it was constantly like, oh shit, I can't wait for this. Oh shit, I can't wait for that. And I think that's where you talk about building the depth and trying to build the roster up to a point where, yeah, I mean, you have legitimate things that are compelling, and you need good tag team division to fill all the time you have on the air.
Oh, absolutely. As I've got right now Shelton and Angelo Dawkins right now in the ring. But that goes to, and I'll say this, I'll give credit to Vince Russo with this of everything during that period, and whether it was filtered through Vince. Granted, the Vince we have now is not the Vince we have now, but I think that what we have in Hunter right now is the combination of the two. But everybody felt like they had a story involved. Of everybody from Al
Yep.
Snow to Big Boss
Mm-hmm.
Man to Val Venus to
Mm-hmm.
fucking Stevie Richards to The Rock to Stone Cold, felt like they had a story
Oh.
going.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I think you drifted there for a second, sir. But
Oh,
it actually looks right now that Dale, you might have been onto something with the prediction on this match, in the sense of, yeah, like the Hurt Business look like they're about to lose, and then you have MVP pitching them on. You guys are losers without me. What are we doing?
that would be interesting. If that's interesting, well, because I mean, that's kind of how they had him pitch it to Bobby
Yep.
last week.
So if Bobby doesn't win tonight, all three of them lose tonight, and he gets to give them that speech. Y'all suck. Let's team up.
Together we are ass, but collectively we can win.
Omos, Lashley, Benjamin Alexander, Ford, Dawkins. That's gigantic. What are they? The Jericho Society?
Oh my Atlanta. You might as well just add the Street Profits and everybody else into it. Of just you're doing too much at that point. That's still part of what makes the bloodline what it is. Is granted, yes, it does all have a familial connection, but at the same time, that it's not this overwhelming. It's not the NWO of anybody and everybody's involved in it.
Yeah. No, absolutely.
Oh, Tobey!
It's just so hard to make everybody in a group that big relevant.
Example why they had the silver and black, the white and black, and Dawkins with
Oh,
diving senton on everybody.
wow. All right, all right, all right.
He's saying, "Top dollar, can you do that?"
Let's go, Flop Dollar.
Right. Oh,
There you
MVP
go.
holding up Cedric, or at
You
least
may be
causing
top
a
dollar, but
distraction now.
Dawkins cashing in. No problem.
Oh,
What a match. Picking it up.
oh, two count, 2,
Yo,
3.
they botched.
And so, see, who was it you said that Dale might have just called it 100% because the Street Profits just snuck out a win there with the most dangerous move in professional wrestling, the roll up. And no,
Wait.
halfway
How?
because MVP helped, but well, I wasn't fully in your corner, so you didn't have me by your side. Yada,
Now,
yada, yada.
well, not only now they're going to say you caused us to lose. Way to go, man.
Nah.
And who said it? I just saw it. That was ugly. Yeah. It didn't go so well. It was sloppy, bumpy. Dawkins landed before MVP could pull him out.
I don't think that was as bad as people are saying. I think it's more people
Oh,
are upset with the result.
oh no. I mean, the result's fine, just because I think at the end of the day, again, you have options. So now they're going to say, well, you tried to help us, but you ruined it. Now I threw out there, what if
Mhm.
MVP says, all right, y'all don't want to do business with me? I'll go get new business. All right. I'll go collect up some other guys to take you on.
Like who?
I don't know yet.
Carmelo, Trick?
Yeah, like maybe something like that. Like, or he puts her business together and it's specifically to go after Bobby Lashley for turning him down.
I almost don't mind right now if you had Carmelo and Trick with MVP and Omos they use as the heavy to try and take Bobby Lashley out and everything. I feel like you may have backslid into a genius idea there,
Right.
sir.
Right. And I think Carmelo would instantly do well. And wait, I'm confused. So the Judgment Day baby faces?
I mean, Rhea will always be babyface in my book, but that's neither here nor there. But so we're gonna get Judgment Day versus
so many jokes. There's so many jokes.
I know.
I'm
But so
gonna
we're
pause
gonna get
before I get myself in trouble.
Judgment Day versus Alpha Academy. A strong mind.
Dude, I can't take this shit seriously.
Dom right now looking like fucking
No,
Johnny Depp.
First off,
he's looking like gangster Johnny Depp.
Gangster. Oh my god.
21 Jump Street Johnny Depp right now is Dominic.
But listen, man, you better
you better what?
You better listen to mommy. I've been in the yard pumping iron all day. Sounds so wrong.
See,
and
but that's
so
the thing is you
fake.
say that to anybody real or anything, and that's why I had to say that initial response. You say what? Go ahead, say it. Why?
Dominic Mysterio's 160 pounds. I've been pumping iron all day. No, Rhea's been pumping iron all day.
Wet. Up next,
Thank you.
Becky Lynch calls out Bailey. So we're gonna get the 4 horsewomen standoff that we didn't ever really anticipate. That's never something I had on my bingo card.
No, but I think it's good in the sense of it's two of the four horse ladies. That's interesting putting all that together. 4 horse ladies. All right, okay. But yeah, I mean they're 2 pros. They don't. It's their way, I think, of keeping them, busy, trying to make them interesting without going directly after Belair right away. You know what I mean?
Oh, absolutely. Well,
and is Belair hurt?
No, I think it's just if I'm being fully honest, she shouldn't have retained the title. So I think it's more of treatment. Well, it's like even on SmackDown right now, Charlotte's the most compelling person on SmackDown, and she just returned, and that's fitting that she just won the title and everything, and now we've still got Bailey and Becky, and that's still more compelling than anything going on with Bianca right now. Much like how people like Liv and so on and so forth have fallen by the wayside. I saw this comment. I was waiting for him to leave because I already saw this comment. We had an all Buffalo matchup on Dark tonight. Well, fitting that Tony's, and I will take this time as I'm in a commercial to say, for those who want an AEW WWE merger, we've already seen what Tony can do with what the cards that he's dealt, and we've already seen the chaos and what have you that ensues with that, and the potential issues and everything. Now pretend in your mind if he's handed the keys to a company that dwarfs AEW, the amount of calamity that would ensue is astounding. Beyond the fact that you ever think Vince McMahon I almost feel like I want to quote Jim Cornette of the things he'd do if Vince McMahon ever worked a day under Tony Khan, but to picture Tony Khan, no matter how much you like AEW, if you're the biggest AEW fan, but to think that he could take on that plus running a company the size of WWE, you're kidding yourself. But I will get back to this comment. We had an all Buffalo dark match tonight. Dana Garcia versus Kevin Blackwood. I got a feeling that Buffalo is going to the Super Bowl. C Money, it's not a prediction, it's a spoiler. Trust me, I'm already anticipating for when we have our little Super Bowl parties, on the stream and everything like that, and when we're watching the game. I'm already pre-ordering, Buffalo hats, so I'm gonna be here with all the horns and everything, just going full gimmick. Anticipating that it's probably going to be Buffalo versus either Philadelphia or San Francisco. I'm interested to see Cincinnati when they show up in Buffalo. That'll be the first game since everything. But I think it's for those who even halfway joke about the NFL being scripted, you can't write this better. We beat the Dolphins, then we turn around and we beat Cincinnati, the team that we had a halfway mid-card storyline going with, and then we turn around and beat Kansas City, the team that we've had the longest feud going with. They have Rock Austin right there, and then we just walk into the Super Bowl. Absolutely. Why are we getting a random video package about Batista unbuttoning his shirt? What in the name of thirst trap is WWE trying to do right now? Why do we have to Jerry? You talking to me? But absolutely. And the mic falls down on Big Show, and he's already got his head busted open. Why is this happening on my screen right now? Oh, we're getting Becky coming out right now. 60s style standing Buffalo or 90s style swoosh Buffalo. Which do you prefer? Oh, that's a interesting question, Simon. Man, speaking to my heart right now. That's interesting because I did also become a bit of a Seahawks fan in the NFC because of the fact that we traded Marshawn Lynch to the Seahawks, and that led to what you have now with the Legion of Doom and everything like that, or the Legion of Boom. As Becky's coming out through the crowd, but I think I got to go with a throwback Buffalo logo that they use right now and everything like that. I'm a grown man admitting I will shed tears when Damar Hamlin steps foot on a football field again. Doesn't have to play a snap, nothing. Just to know that he's there, I will shed tears. But I have Becky coming out to the ring right now, and she even came out through the crowd. I will laugh if Trevor Lawrence does you guys in. JV, he would have to get through Kansas City, and that's one thing I've even said to my buddy Big Rig, who shout out DWO and everything like that, and is a Cincinnati fan I was halfway praying that we'd get the Jacksonville Jaguars so Tony Khan can cry his tears in Buffalo, New York, because that's 100% I want to go, I guess, full Cornette heel. I want to see Tony just be broken because Buffalo just whooped his ass. As I've got Damage Control coming out right now, and I guess speaking about football, we've got Bailey coming out in a George Kittle jersey right now as she's flanked by Guy and Sky. But shoes, please. So we're getting even Bailey stealing Chad Gable's gimmick and somehow doing it better. My name is not Karen. You're a Karen. And again, I know I said this is the 4 horsewoman feud that we never really expected we get, but I feel like this is honestly going to be one of the best because they both can go on the mic, they both can go in the ring, they both can work babyface and heel. They both, out of the 4 horsewomen of Charlotte, Becky, Sasha, and Bailey, these 2 are the ones that I feel like have the widest range when it comes to doing anything. So I think this is going to work really well. Real mature backs. But let me get back to some of these comments. Nick, they're boosting WrestleMania Hollywood. You think that, so with her coming out in the Kittle jersey that she's trying to shut out WrestleMania in Hollywood, I mean, would make halfway more sense if it was a Rams jersey or a Chargers jersey, but oh wait, they're not in the playoffs anymore. But I do halfway get what you're saying. Oh, do you think that we get this feud go all the way to WrestleMania? Because I think that's a little long in the tooth, if you ask me. If Jacksonville Jaguars win, would have to give him a championship belt to TK's team. Halfway correct, Damien. They would have to then beat Kansas City, and then they would again have to beat Buffalo at that point in Buffalo. And at that point, either I'm shedding tears or Tony Khan is shedding tears over that game. She's saying she doesn't have friends. Is someone coming to help? Accusations. Who could it be? Bailey saying she was robbed by Becky, saying Becky took her spot. But so if we're going to get somebody coming out to back up Becky, who do we get? Do we get Bianca again? Do we get, the babyface Charlotte coming out? I mean, I'm trying to think of baby faces on Monday Night Raw in the women's division. Do we get a Beth Phoenix of maybe that's how, or Dale right there saying, Miriam, we got a mission. That would be interesting. Who don't have a friend? Becky. Dakota Kai could use his Aaron. You and talking about Aaron. Damien even saying Miriam. So it's going to be interesting. Well, as Becky's saying how, I've worked hard for this. I've worked hard to earn my spot. All of that. Should she have ever left the whole man gimmick? Because I feel like that's prime Becky. That is best Becky. That's New Japan Kenny Omega. Of literally, there isn't, that's lightning in a bottle and you took it and you threw it away. So I'm hoping we get back to that. But right now she's Landon and Bailey saying, "Oh, you're blaming everybody else. You're saying it's Bianca. It's Becky's fault." Da, da, da. So who are you pulling for? I guess I'll pull the audience here of who would you favor in a feud right now, or the potential feud that it looks like we're getting here between Bailey and Becky. I guess thumbs up for Bailey, thumbs down for Becky. Becky saying, maybe I should punch you in the face right now so you can get out of the rut you've been stuck in, as Kai and Sky step up. Miriam, Becky Lynch, Candice, Damage Control. I wouldn't mind that at all. I think that spells loss for Becky with that. Dewdrop, I've heard that she's not coming back till what? But I haven't heard that Dewdrop's not coming back till the Rumble. I'm Becky just challenged Bailey to a match. I'm trying to realize what stipulation she just called. I think it was a we're gonna get Bailey versus Becky at the 30th anniversary. Oh, and a sign of a steel cage. So we're in a steel cage match at Raw 30. I almost said WrestleMania 30, but at Raw 30, between Becky and Bayley, as I've got Zigglypuff warming up as Ali interrupts. So, holy main event, Batman. Steel cage match gonna be a banger. Yes, I almost thought they were trying to do their version of Danielson and MJF of it was going to be an Iron Woman's match type of thing, but and then when it's a steel cage, I mean, it makes sense. Of you keep Khan Sky out of maybe that's when you get somebody that actually decides that they're friends with Becky and help her out. But Ali attacking Ziggler backstage, looking like a fucking WWE video game cutscene right there. But so again, so Ziggler's in this. So in the number one contenders match for the US title, we have Miz, Ziggler, Seth, Bobby, Baron, and Finn. So it's gonna be a hell of a match, folks. Strap on and strap in. And maybe we're gonna get Ali, I guess, maybe trying to take out Ziggler to earn his spot into it. And I'm getting an advertisement for Friday, which we will be here live, folks, because we are the Wrasslin for Life Network. We're here, your alternative commentary, your wrestling buddies you can't get in real life. We're here for anything and everything when it comes to pro wrestling. But Friday night on SmackDown, we're getting the contract signing between Roman and KO. We're getting the Viking Raiders, the Viking Experience, War Machine, the Hot Topic Raiders versus the Banger Bros, Drew and Sheamus. So absolutely, folks, if you haven't done so already, be a friend, tell a friend, like, share, and subscribe. We are here doing anything and everything. And we're still under, I know we've hit 2023, but we're still under a whole year being as a channel. So big things popping, little things stopping. Trust me, 2023 is the Jordan year. You ain't going to want to miss it. As I am in commercial right now, folks. So a couple years ago, that's what we're talking about. No, already. Does Mustafa Ali have pictures of someone in a compromising position? Guy gets so much screen time. No, I think it's honestly, he does have talent. If they can't just figure out what the fuck to do with him, or if there was someone honestly that I would trade to AEW, it's Mustafa Ali, because I feel like they would at least let him do what he wants to do, and if it works, it works. If it doesn't, it fails. It's on him. Versus what he is doing now, because what he's doing now is halfway we're into, halfway we're not. If they never really want to fully pull the trigger on that. So it constantly just ends up this really meh product. Is it ironic that the Rumble is the week of the conference championship weekend, so nothing on Saturday but the Rumble? No, I think that that's a little bit even part of why you've seen WWE move to doing Saturday shows. So just naturally, I feel like you're going to get more of an audience. And even then, of what audience you don't get, you can get the hungover audience of, oh, what I miss on the weekend, and they watch it on Sunday. I honestly personally like, just in part because of A, what we do, and B, work schedule, of the fact that WWE has most of their shows on Saturday. So I'm fine with it. I know this is WWE, not AEW, but boy, they are messing up Wardlow so badly. Joe cuts his ponytail. You think Wardlow would get his revenge? Nope, Joe drops the belt to Darby. Well, we can talk about that a bit more on Wednesday, JV, but I do feel like it's a little bit of, has Wardlow become Samson of a bit, you cut his hair and all of his strength's gone and everything. But I guess I'll spin it fully.
No.
Speaking of WWE, no, hold on. And because I mentioned this earlier, but you weren't here, you wanted to pause for the cause. So people want this WWE AEW merger, or they think that Sean could buy WWE. But beyond the fact that Vince is never going to do that, but do we really want to add more to the plate of Tony Khan? Do we really want to add more to what he's trying to manage now, which he's not managing that well?
Dude, yeah. I kind of want to be ignorant about it, but no, at the end of the day,
go ahead.
Man, this ain't fucking happening. It's not going to be a thing. It's not. Listen, I think it's fucking hilarious that people are passing this around and like there's people out there anticipating the possibility. It's not happening. This merger idea, and like you said, the idea that Vince is gonna work for Tony Khan somehow, some way. No. Would Vince be the CEO of a company owned by Saudi or Comcast or a whole list of other people? Yes. Tony Khan? Fuck no. Imagine those conversations. Holy shit. Are we kidding? It's nuts. With that all being said, Tony Khan, like to your point, Nick, has a shit ton on his plate that he hasn't figured out on his own. Like if you get the WWE and you don't get the rights, what do you have? Like he's already having trouble finding TV time for Ring of Honor. Like what are we going to do?
Handed the keys to a company that dwarfs AEW, like regardless of how you feel about WWE, just in its structure, in its size, in its what it means, what it carries. That's you're used to driving around a fucking moped and you get keys to a fucking Hummer. Like you don't know how to wield something fucking big.
Especially when you're all over the road with the fucking moped. That's right. The point.
Speaking of that big, I have Omos coming out right now. Thanks to MVP to challenge Elias.
Okay. We've got a lot of MVP on the show tonight. Just saying.
I'm here for the Hurt Business to come back. Please.
That's quite the attire.
Little bit.
Did everyone go to Austin Theory and be like, bro, what should I wear?
I mean, it's not terrible.
Yeah.
It's a little Power Rangy.
Power Rangy.
Giant sword.
Got Omos. I got Omos too, Dale. Good shout.
I think at this point it should be Omos and you pick the time. It's not a matter of who wins. It's a matter of how fast he wins.
Well, because it takes Omos forever to get to the ring, I will circle back to this point. And just my last thought on it as far as how are you going to have John Moxley dropping F-bombs on USA? How are you going to have, blood and guts the way we've seen it on these shows? And I'm not saying I'm opposed to it. I'm saying, how are the networks not going to be opposed to it? That's my question. Is let's say hypothetically, it's just a change in power. You sell off, you're good. Tony keeps everything in place, except he takes over. Him and Jericho get to run he'd make Jericho the fucking CEO of WWE. Jericho, I'll go do this, and we'll get Monday Night Jericho all over again. But this time,
and that'll be the last thing you see my ass on. But as I've got almost stomping down Elias. But so I'll say this. For every WWE fan, every pro wrestling fan, what have you, that doesn't like WWE because they created a monopoly. If Tony Khan buys or merges with AEW or with WWE, AEW with WWE, what do you think that is? Where's the competition then? The Impact? That's what's next of everybody that bitched about Vince doing that. Guess what? That would be Tony doing the same fucking thing that y'all bitched about.
Well, and I mean, there really is no way for it to work out. Like, there's just not enough. And, I know Shad, I know Papa Khan has lots of coin, but I mean, you're dealing with conglomerates, like you're dealing with giants. You're dealing
at the end of the day, no one can put up as much money as Saudi.
Well, fuck.
Not saying I want them to win it, but as we had MVP break up Elias charging at Omos as Elias goes for the guitar. Why does that guitar look like a fucking child's acoustic guitar in Omos's hands?
It really does. It looks like a Yuka freaking Lele.
Right. I like to sing about the sun and the moon and the spring. Oh, but yeah, for everybody that went to AW because of what WWE's done, if AW does what people want them to do, they become WWE. You become the enemy. You either live long enough to see yourself die the hero, or you either die the hero or you live long enough to see yourself become the villain.
Yeah, pretty much. And I mean, again, it's that whole thing. Like, we know historically, anybody that's been an empire or a conqueror, the demise is always expanding too much too soon and basically running thin. He's already running thin. Ring of Honor was a reach for him. This is
when did pro wrestling become Game of Thrones?
Well, lately, and Omos picks up the W if anybody was excited or gave a shit.
If anyone thought Elias was going to win, you're sadly mistaken, as Omos hits the clean win with the double choke press there.
I thought we would get like Elias in like a relatively decent like mid-card program with someone like The Miz to keep him busy and be out playing his songs and stuff, but he hasn't.
After Ezekiel, after Elrod.
Well, you ignore that. We were all pumped to get him back.
And you just make them a tag team, call them the Rock and Roll Express. Shit, we saw the Rockers show up on NXT, so just have them be the Rock and Roll Express.
Right. Well, Omos is with a dominant win as expected here tonight. And again, we've had a lot of MVP on our screen. Of course, I put him on the thumbnail. I mean, that's been this one big curiosity is, does this come full circle?
I think it will sooner rather than later, honestly.
I agree with you, KJ. Good choice. Wait, sorry, folks. What is Pierce saying?
I don't know, but I got Tozawa. Royal Rumble! I want to be in a Royal Rumble!
Ninja!
What?
Okay, so he's talking about Raw XXX and
Tozawa wants a qualifying match for the Royal Rumble.
People like Tozawa, though. And I mean, I called him Ninja for 4 years. Like, I felt like it was forever.
People like Orange Cassidy, too. That doesn't mean they're right.
I think I like Tozawa better than I like Orange Cassidy.
Oh, you were about to make me say something that sent a shiver down my spine. I was about to say I'll take Orange Cassidy over Tozawa.
Right? You're like, well,
wait, no, I'm not. I don't know. Am I really saying this?
I'm kidding, though. It's neck and neck, though. I kept on asking about where's Omos. There you go. Asking you shall receive, Terrence.
Right.
First time I'm going to disagree with KJ. Dwayne Johnson buys them. There you go. I'm down with that. Do it.
He goes full Vince of we just get, Terramana, WWE, and the XFL.
Fuck it. Yeah, you heard the XFL. You dip your toe
come out with the gray pompadour and everything.
If Rock could get in a room with a group of potential investors and sell them on, I'm like the greatest wrestling superstar ever. That's what he would sell it on. And if I took this over, my name alone would bring eyes to this product. So
I'm the most electrifying man in entertainment today.
And imagine Rock comes out next Monday, you'd have 5 million people tune in.
Yeah, but Black Adam was a thing. And a lot of his movies haven't been doing I feel like the Rock.
Nobody gives a shit. Maybe now it's better than ever to go back to wrestling. Listen, Rock's sitting at home.
It's too much.
But think about it. Rock's sitting at home. He's like, Black Adam was a flop. Fucking I'm not doing much. People are shitting on me about the last few movies I made. Maybe it's time to go back. Vince is out. I can buy this shit. Let me
But
make
does
some
he need to
football.
own it, or just you're telling me if you open any show, and I do mean any show,
Any
with
show.
if you smell that it's not gonna fucking blow the roofs off, and everybody's instantly clicking over. Oh
It,
shit, the
it,
Rock's there. Oh, Twitter's blowing up. Oh, the Rock's on. Blah blah blah. Everybody's tuning the fuck in,
if an
especially if it's
announcement
pro
came
wrestling.
out that The Rock is taking over WWE, now people just tuning in are like, listen to these marks. No, hypotheticals, folks. Play with us. But
Vitamins, folks, vitamins.
legitimately, dude, like if announcement went out that The Rock was going to be on Raw or SmackDown, and most likely SmackDown, actually, it's his show, um, and wanted to announce to the world that yeah, him and an investing group is taking over the WWE, people would lose their fucking mind.
He makes the um SmackDown the main show. But also then
I think he
what
understands the
about with
history
the
of
media
Raw.
rights? So what TV network airs Rock owned WWE?
Well, I mean, if you're part of the negotiating rights and both of the networks that you're currently working with want to keep the deal withstanding, you have that opportunity to just move forward. Especially
But
when The Rock says, listen,
you have SmackDown on Fox that's losing allegedly Fox over
listen,
100 mil. You have That's why still to me Comcast, NBC Universal, whichever way you want to split it, to me makes the most sense, but also the least amount of sense at the same time, because they would be buying the media rights that they already own. So they already take a loss on that of once they're buying the company that they already own the media rights to. So, but I do
yeah, but
think
then
that
it's all in house,
oh,
right?
what?
Then you can control and dictate everything because it's in house, and you have that.
Well, notice how a lot of companies have said we don't want anything to do with Vince outside of this sale. Of literally once we buy this, and
Oh
that's the
yeah,
thing is
and
once
again,
they
who's really reporting this though? Like, come on now, you're just phoning up CEOs, and they're like, "Nope, hate him. Nope, hate him." Like, what do you mean? Nobody's saying shit. I have
well, to me, you won't know anything until you get leaks or reports of what they're going to pay out to shareholders. Granted, we've also already got shareholders filing lawsuits, what have you. Um, but I still think whether it's Comcast, whether it's Disney, whether it's the fucking Saudi, well, maybe not the Saudis, but whoever it is that buys WWE, even if it's Dwayne, says Vince, here's your money, piss off on home.
maybe, but I think that's a high possibility. I don't necessarily know that Vince at 77 and after everything he's been through, I know people are just assume, but this story has been full of unexpected shit and wouldn't surprise me if Vince sells this and leaves. It wouldn't shock me. Now, if he stayed and wanted to take shit over, wouldn't shock me either. That's why I thought, when we broke into that, when we did the special on them potentially selling to Saudi Arabia, I said, well, it makes a lot of sense. And because you feel like he'd be able to persuade them to allow the current group plus him, let me be in charge. Let me do it.
But that's the thing is Vince is out of touch with a lot of this shit. He still thinks what he's doing is good. Of like he's the good guy in this story. It's like no, you're not, bud. Hate to tell you. So
But he always had that mentality, right?
right,
Throughout
but
history, everything that he did, he felt like the hero. Like this had to be
I
done.
understand that. But there's a difference between 1980 and 2023.
Not to him.
Of
Not to
time
him.
waits for no man, and Uncle and
He's been in the
Father
gorilla
Time has
bubble
caught up
for
with
so
Vince
long, dude.
hard.
No sense of actual reality, dude. It's still 1985 to this man.
Right, but so we have the Judgment Day Ballers coming out right now. Shout out GTA San Andreas. Um,
Right. I'm your mommy.
Apparently, you're Vicky Guerrero's mommy too.
She's hilarious.
Shush! We've got Alpha Academy coming out right now.
I can't say I'm uber thrilled for this match, but we'll see. We'll see.
This match to me has to end in shenanigans because, and I really like Alpha Academy. I thought there's potential.
More Usos?
Street Profits, something
interesting. Shoosh.
Because I feel like as much as I have faith, I hope for the Alpha Academy and everything of they're kind of the jobber, like bottom tier tag team right now when it comes to Monday Night Raw. Of like, you're going to beat them.
Yeah. Yep. They're just a pain in the ass. Eventually you swat them away and move on.
Yeah, it's like you were even halfway saying of, so who's the heel in this? Like, who's the heel and who's the babyface? Because this is technically right now heel faction versus heel faction. Oh, yeah. Is this a 3-on-2 match or is
no?
Oh no, Finn's in the corner. So we've got Dom.
Now wait a minute. Mm-hmm. Yeah, because so we're getting a rematch from last week where Otis hurt Finn and put him out of the match. Dom stepped in and they ended up going on to victory. So, yeah, I mean, good way to kind of push and insulate Dom.
Well, is it, and this is an interesting story that I read, and I cannot confirm it, but earlier today I read that he had his first match on WWE not under contract or anything. Like
that. And I'm like, okay, and?
Well, I think they still... Well, I mean, we've even been ones of saying that Dom should go to NXT, and he's managed to not... I wouldn't say in ring, but character-wise or just personality of... He's been a breakout star of 2022.
Well, our good buddy Nikolai brought up today about, like, breakout star, and I really, if you think about it, did Dom Mysterio not have the biggest breakout year of just about anybody?
Close to it.
Like, it was a huge year for Dom, and he got over, whether people love him or hate him, or, you know, there was a long time where we begged WWE to send him to NXT or release him outright. And there was a time where him and his father were completely stale, and you rolled your eyes no matter what they were involved in. When you heard their music come on, you were like, fuck, I don't want to watch. And then they're over his shit, and he fits.
Dom getting sent to jail was probably the biggest viral clip that WWE's had in a year. The whole Dominic Mysterio showing up at the Mysterio Thanksgiving and Christmas and all of that. Those were instant viral hits for WWE. Right. So absolutely.
Right. The crowd's finally had enough of our shit, Nick. I don't know how we do the show and shoot. Shoosh.
Well, I will shoot. Well, before I shoot, I will let you know that the Cowboys are up 12-0 right
12
now.
Zip.
With about a minute 20 left in the second quarter. So I got to shout out Tom Brady.
Larry asks or says, I'm still confused. The Rock, other than being against Roman, is he the host? They haven't announced the host, to my knowledge, Nick.
I don't think you need a host.
Yeah, that whole thing of like...
outside of the only time I've liked there being a host for WrestleMania was the New Day. And that's because it only lasted until the middle of night one when they were in the ladder match with the Hardy Boys.
True. Oh, big pop for Otis. Big pop for Otis. Babyface pop for Otis.
Well, the man did win the Money in the Bank briefcase at one point, and they just decided to do fucking all with it.
Listen, he got some Mandy Rose before he had to pay to do so. It's true, folks.
Fair enough. He got the Mandy Rose exclusive before anybody had to pay for it.
Whoa. Pause. There goes Gable. Yes, by the way, I think Damian Priest should really get a push. He should be involved in the U.S. title or the IC. Like
he should be in the 6-man elimination match.
Mm-hmm. And you know what, Damian? I know he's new to the WWE universe, but he's not a spring chicken. So, you don't have a whole lot of time. You hope he goes for a while, but you really want to maximize his value when it's relevant. So that being said, folks, we are back into another commercial. We are about halfway through our stream tonight. Monday is rolling along. Monday Night Raw has been all right. It's been pretty good so far. Not a ton of complaints, some soft spots, but overall enjoying the Monday. Do not forget, folks, we are here all week long. We will be back tomorrow for NXT, a follow up from New Year's Evil last week. And we'll see what happens there. Gallus makes a return. Tyler Bate makes his return. And then we'll continue through to Wednesday Dynamite, another stacked card. It'll be very interesting to see how, if you know what, Dynamite can keep up this little streak of pretty good shows.
Well, it's now or never. Of if you're gonna capitalize when WWE's at its weakest point, now's the time to do it. And when you're just talking about Punishment Martinez there, of talking about with Damian Priest, of he might be a little long in the tooth. No, that's why I'm saying, like you talked about there, especially if he should get at least a mid card run. I could even if Judgment Day moves to SmackDown, give me Gunther versus Punishment Martinez, Damian Priest. I almost
you got
actual WWE name there. But give me Gunther versus Damian Priest. I think that's a hell of a match, and you don't even need to have Bad Bunny involved.
No, not at all. Please not. And then I think for me, Nick, when you look at like you said, his opportunity to kind of go that mid card level, I legitimately could see him being like a Scott Hall type, like a Razor Ramon type, where he's kind of the gatekeeper of that division, where you go through him to get to better guys. And he has really good matches. You can put him in a ladder match or a cage match with up and coming guys and really kind of own that position. I think he's that type of guy. And I've been a fan all the way back to those ROH days. He was excellent. I remember when he debuted. Who was this guy? He was a little chubbier back then.
Ooh. Donnie's a banger match. We don't know. We don't need a live sex celebration.
Imagine him and Rhea did the the lead in edge.
Like I was just saying, if they did that, they will break records of rating. Everybody tuning in.
Right.
Nella's 18 to nothing, 3 missed extra points. Well, only fitting that Tom Brady, who's won probably the same amount of Super Bowls off of extra points and field goals and everything, goes exactly by the wayside of misses for extra points, and it's going to keep him out of the playoffs.
But the game's not over, so you can't bet. You can't count it out yet, and we'll see what happens. But
if there is one thing to say in favor of Tom Brady, at this point, this man's been down at one point 28-3, and managed to come back. And granted, it was against the Atlanta Falcons.
Oh shit!
The co-others of the NFL. But
did you see that?
Why?
Chad jumps for the tag. And Damian just swatted him out of the air. Did not give a shit.
Nope.
I think Dominic Mysterio needs to go face one. No. That would make him look small.
No, he's gonna lose.
No.
He's already got his daddy's already doing that and not doing so well. So why wish the sins of the father on the son?
Right? Oh, 2 count. 3 missed field goals. That could come back to haunt them, folks. Dun dun dun. We'll see. Oh, we always have these fluky things happen in these games.
You're gonna be one of those people that thinks the NFL is scripted?
No, not at all. When you spend time around sports, you understand why. Like,
people thought that because
no, let's not go down this road. We're on the top ropes. We'll save it for the Super Bowl party.
All right. You want to hear me talk
a football channel, Nick?
Tune in Sunday the 12th.
Is it 14th? No, 12th. Yeah. Other thing there.
Okay. Yeah. No, not Valentine's Day. I know.
Yeah,
I know.
Right.
I love you too, sweetheart. But you're instantly thinking of Valentine's Day.
But yeah, no, Super Bowl on the 12th would be great. And we want to blow this channel up on a Super Bowl party. I think we'll be one of the only people doing it. So
We'll be the only wrestling channel doing it. I can
That's what
guarantee you that.
And
Damien setting up Otis for the choke. Otis says no, thank you. Super kick. Otis just picked that man up like he weighed all of a feather.
Dude, I can't believe the cheering going on for Otis right now.
Otis
might be piped a little. Feels a little pipey.
He's the Chris Farley of pro wrestling. You can't help but fucking cheer for the man. I don't give a shit whether you're supposed to boo him or not. You can't help but be like, dude who looks like he just pounds all of like the fucking brats and fucking beers. Absolutely, I'm gonna cheer for this man.
Dude, who knew this was gonna be a good match?
Damian Priestland down. Oh, Otis is hitting the worm.
Is Dom not I thought Dom was a legal man.
I don't care.
Eddie Kingston versus
I just watched a super heavyweight hit a worm. Pause.
Did they announce that?
What?
Damien, is that you're gonna make me look it up? Is that officially announced? I missed that announcement. Jay White versus Eddie? Let's go.
Shut up and take my money.
Let's go.
Super choke slam from Damian Priest off the top rope on Otis as Gable gets a roll up into a German suplex. Dom with a roll up. 2 count. Gable going into the ankle lock. This is a hell of a match for us. We thought was going to be a squash. Rhea just pushing the ropes.
But dude, the crowd response and the pace and the
this is a double turn.
They're getting it over.
Double turn. You're getting Alpha Academy over as baby faces, and you're getting
this is actually
getting his heels.
I'm actually behind this. Like Alpha Academy is getting over with me.
Right. As Dom picks up the sneaky win. So again, like I said, it's a double turn. So Judgment Day picks up the win as Dom pins Gable for the 1, 2, 3.
I lie, I cheat, I steal.
Viva la raza.
Oh, shit. So Judgment Day with the W, folks. If you're keeping track at home, if you had the Judgment Day, you were correct, as I was. But Alpha Academy put on a show.
They became the baby faces in that situation. That was Austin Bret Hart double turn of who went in as the baby face and who went in as the heel, and they completely flopped by the time he left.
Considering they've been smarmy little heels and a pain in the ass for so long, I'm shocked that this just kind of organically started coming to be.
Next week, Raw 30, Raw XXX. We're getting the Usos versus the Judgment Day.
Dude.
The Raw Tag Team Championship.
Bro.
And they're even, I like that they're doing
graphics are fucking crazy. The graphics they use with the old studio and the VHS tape.
The Raw's War fucking video game that was
for the young ones out there. A VHS tape is that we used to watch movies on it, folks. They weren't on our phone.
Right.
We had to like put a thing in a machine.
It's like call and collect and everything. It's like a pay phone. You didn't just have everything right there. Sometimes you had to go to this magical place and rent things and hope that what you wanted to watch was there and available.
Listen, I know this is completely off topic, but no, I think the children of today are really, the fact that they never had a movie store experience is sad for them.
Oh, you missed out on a lot. That's how I grew up, honestly, watching wrestling. That's one of the first wrestling VHSs I watched was WrestleMania 6, Hogan versus Warrior, as we're getting a tribute to MLK. By the way, shout out, happy MLK Day to all Americans. I guess, I don't know if you have that in Canada. Fair enough.
Don't. I'm just listening to the words. But yeah, so they're paying homage right now. Folks, we're back out of the commercial break. Thank you for tuning in. And yeah, I hope everybody, I guess you guys had the day off today?
No, well, some of us did, some of us probably
Okay.
not. But yeah, it's MLK was an amazing man, and it's still. I'm gonna just say this: it still is weird that we're in 2023 versus when this man was talking about all of this, and we still haven't figured it out.
Yeah.
But
It's disappointing.
Anyway, a little bit.
No, it's one of the reasons why I love this channel. Is it's always been about bringing community together, bringing people from all over the world, different walks of lives, different races, religions, beliefs, and just who cares? Leave your baggage at the door and let's talk some wrestling. Let's be one big family. And again, like you said, it's a sad part of our current standing in this world. It's you accomplish nothing with hate. And I know now we're getting a little soapboxy, folks, but
Oh, I can wax poetic,
but yeah, I mean, one of the most inspiring men to ever walk this planet. Kind of makes you get those feelings, and it makes you sad, but it makes you realize like we can wake up tomorrow and just make it better, and we can figure our shit out. And
it shows you what us as people can be and everything to have moments like I have a dream and everything, and shows that if we really all just wanted to actually get the fuck along, what we could accomplish.
I know we waste so much time with the bullshit, and I mean that's where you look at something like social media and where it could connect two strangers in different countries.
Hi, I'm Paul.
Who with a crazy guy from St. Louis and another guy from New York. Like it's just the way it all works out. And I mean, you bring this community together and all this chat, and we've done this, and we've had thousands of people tune in from everywhere, and it's crazy and it's mind blowing. But it shows that when you can be positive and focus on the right things, just enjoy it, man. I mean, you look around, what's the point? Really, what are we doing? Why are we wasting the time with all this shit? And my point was that, with something like social media, doing something like this can be a positive. And I mean, Twitter's a shit show. You guys got to figure your shit out. The IWC needs to cool down trying to kill each other. And, but yeah, no, to the point, positive breeds positive, folks.
Positive will outweigh anger. Hope will win out over hate. It's at the end of the day, it's the mindset you put into things. It's realistically, I don't know. I was going on a fucking tangent. I don't want to go full fucking.
It was a good one. We're allowed to get touchy feely around here, get emotional.
Pause. Fucking pause.
Right,
Pause.
Let's see. This is how you break up a deep moment, folks. But no, I love when we go on our little tangents, and
you love when we get touchy feely. I see
it's the way it is. Pause. But no, I mean, legitimately, hey, we're people just like everyone else. So we have our thoughts and feelings, and we happen to have microphones, so it's awesome.
No, at the end of the day, we're fucking wrestling fans. If you really want to look at it, we're the nerds of the nerds of the nerds and nerds and everything like that. We're professional wrestling fans and everything like that. But if
officially, actually,
right, but it's still one of those of if we can just get along for now over even just some bullshit like this, like, so then why can't we get along over other shit?
Yeah, I mean, there's commonality in everybody, and like I said, you just waste so much time, and the toxic feels there. And if you're in a toxic environment, it drags you down. It weighs on you. It changes your perspective. And if you can
never let somebody live rent free in your head.
That's it, man. So we'll get back to the wrestling. And
right. I pulled out and you pulled me back in.
That part, pause. No, I did none of that.
Pause.
Accusations. But folks, we've said it from day one on this channel. It's always been about family. It's always been about community. And yeah, if there's someone you care about, let them know. Don't waste days and be positive. Stay positive. Everything can get better, and it should get better.
Always look on the broad.
I was going to sing Hakuna Matata.
Always look up. Fitting, we're going to Monty Python because I feel like that fits us. Anyone familiar with how to play the Royal Rumble drinking game?
That's the topic change. Let's go.
I can look up rules to that, but
there's multiple versions.
If you like your liver, I would not suggest it.
Listen, do it live. But nonetheless, I mean, realistically, dude, there is a few versions of it. Done it a couple times. It's fun. Know what else is fun?
What?
Watching it here with us, and we'll come up with some things.
I was gonna say you paused too long waiting for my one.
I admit I made a left turn in my head all at the same time. The filter caught it last second. Like,
right,
no!
we have Miz. I mean, CoffeeZilla. I mean, Miz. Laying the skull crushing finale out to Logan Paul as we're getting him hyped up for. Again, they're very much hyping up this main event here,
and they should be. And that's what they tried to do.
Raw's world title you don't have a world title to compete for. You have the US title.
Yeah. And you saw the vignettes they did for the IC title and the US title. It was clearly a goal of Triple H's to remind everybody that the mid card, so to speak, titles were important still. Roman Reigns returns to Monday Night Raw next week on the 30th anniversary. There you go. It's going to be a big night. You're already starting to announce some matches. Like I said, I'm really digging the graphics, the music. I like a good throwback. Making me feel
You're digging the graphics. I see. That Raw XX just really caught your eye.
I didn't say the branding. I mean, fair enough.
I didn't say the thing.
Why can't the man be a fan of the old studio TVs and a VCR? Not the X's, but how many do you think we'll get? Many cameo spots, or we got to get quite a bit of them.
We'll get a few. We're
gonna get some alum, right?
Oh yeah.
Hogan versus Bundy, WrestleMania 2 box is still etched in my brain. Man, that's like Royal Rumble 90, WrestleMania 6. There's just certain ones that stood out. But like you said, as a kid, there was a bakery across the store, and they had like this mini little section of videos, and you could rent like 3 for $5. And so I'd get all the wrestling ones, take them home, and watch for hours.
Oh, I remember having to go and ride my bike to the fucking gas station and everything. Yeah. To go and rent VHSs. And I think the first wrestling VHS that I owned that I wore the fuck out of because of multiple reasons was King of the Ring 98.
Oh, that's a good one. That's a good one, Nick.
Oh, absolutely. You had Taker versus Foley, Hell in a Cell. You had Kane versus Austin, like that. You had what was it? It was Shamrock somebody, I think, in the actual King of the Ring that year. Shamrock Rock.
Yes,
I believe so. But either way, that was one of those of I watched that like I would fall asleep to that.
Survivor Series 91. There's a bunch, man. I mean,
we're going to go down the retrospective here as I've got Io Sky versus Mission right now. So Mia Yim, who should always be Mia Yim, not Mission, because it sounds like Mission Impossible. Taking on Io Sky, and this would be a hell of a match.
That's the T-shirt she needs.
Fucking build to it. What?
That's the T-shirt she needs.
What? Mission Impossible?
Mission Impossible. I dig it.
Hunter, you know how to reach me. It's scrolling right down there and everything like that. You reach out.
Dale's got Io Sky for the win. I don't know about this match. The crowd's flat on it for sure. But it's kind of weird because we had the earlier segment where they're like, Becky needs some friends.
And now I think we're setting up to the Becky and Co., the Becky and friends, the Scooby-Doo and the gang.
So that was a good opportunity for them to come out and set some anticipation for this match. Oh yeah, we're gonna kick your ass. Like, am I wrong about that?
Oh no, absolutely. It was a missed opportunity of you have Mission, and then you say you have Candice come out, and they set up of all right. So tonight Mission, Mayhem, you're going to take on Io. And then on SmackDown, we're next week, we're going to get Candice versus Dakota. It gives you actual story building besides just, hey, these are people that are thrown together because one's a heel and one's a babyface. But with that being said, as KJ takes a pause for the cause, let me know who you have for this match, folks, as I have Dakota and Candice both at ringside. Speak of the Devils, and they show up here. Well, let me know who you're taking for this match, as I have you. Ooh, you with a big chop to the chest. You for the win. I'm not sure what y'all are talking about. Lashley Rollins for the win. Oh, you're talking about the main event there. Lashley. Mia for the win. Is it mentioned in the OC? No love for them. Well, honorary, I guess. Honorary. She's like the Sammy. She's an honorary ooze. And even then, I still hate the fact that they're using Mission as Miriam. Oh, she looked like she was almost about to go for a Styles Clash there. As she catches Io going for a Hurricane Rana into a neckbreaker. Already got that one. Yeah, I don't care. Battle of the Dime Chops. This match inside out and outside. Fair enough. Well, it's color coordinated. Mia Yim should be on SmackDown because she's very much blue themed. Very much how obviously Dakota Kai should always stay on Raw because she's red color themed. Of theming, I'm a sucker for theming. But so are me and KJ the only ones that thought that they could have built up to this match beforehand with the promo segment between Bianca or Becky and Bayley? Who do you have for this match? Why does this match matter? Are we just setting up for a 6-woman tag match? Honestly, at this point, Dakota's up on the ring apron, but I was going to say as we're on a roll up, but as we're about into the last hour, who do you have to be the number one contender for the U.S. title? I'm taking Bobby because I still think we're going to end up where the Hurt Business involved. Oh, Mission with the did she get a submission or a pinfall win? Because I literally clicked on your comment there, Larry, of saying you're a sucker for theming, as Mia Yim picks up the win, and then Dakota instantly jumps in the ring as now Candice breaks it up, so it looks like we're gonna at least get set up Candice versus Mia Yim versus Kai and Sky for the WWE Women's Tag Team titles. And is there a title that seems more relevant outside of the 24/7 title that no longer exists outside of the women's tag titles? And again, no explanation, no replay, no nothing. We just instantly cut back to Corey Graves, who's actually good at commentating. And Nikki's just there, like 2 rows deep, just pulling out her hair. Playing crazy Nikki, but she's still more entertaining than Kevin Patrick. But so it looks like we're gonna get. So is Nikki a babyface? Is Nikki a heel? Is she gonna be the deciding factor in this whole situation? But we're getting a replay of Alexa's interaction with, well, first how she took out Bianca, and then now when she was dealing with Uncle Howdy. Yes, they should have built to the match more. They deserve more hype. The super talented females. Small mark. I know you might be saying that in jest, but I do agree with it. If at least you're going to have the match, if you're going to have it on your weekly television, you're going to have it on your show, build the fuck to it. Make me want to watch it. Make it entertaining. Don't just sit there and throw it the fuck out there, regardless of how you feel about the competitors. Gotta go Ziggler for the win. Oh, Steve going Ziggly Puff. All right. How did we get into there? Cody Rhodes' own body was so painful. All right. I don't know what you're on about, but you do you, boo boo. But I've got right now a replay of when Uncle Howdy came out last week on Monday Night Raw, and we've had people say that this was the third iteration of Uncle Howdy. So, who do you think is? Oh, and perfect timing.
Yeah, I'm
Speaking of
speaking.
Uncle Howdy's,
Oh,
so who do you think, or who do you think is I guess in plurals of is Uncle Howdy?
I'm still holding out hope that it's Bo Dallas, it's Vince, it's Dutch. I'm really kind of holding out that it's not just renditions of Bray in physical form. That will piss me off immensely. And there's still screaming hints that the Fiend is tied into all this.
Well, that's what the QR code was on SmackDown. Of it showed Bray, and then it showed him as the Fiend. So, especially with the pitch black match and everything, we could get let me in.
So I'm getting the impression like that's all we're getting, or I mean, Belair is coming out, so maybe we will get something in the way of Alexa tonight.
You still think that you still think that we're gonna get that end up payoff and everything, that we're gonna go with that angle. That we're not getting this weird cinematic-y confusing Bray storyline, but we're gonna just get straight up like you've talked about all along of a Wyatt Six. So if we have, even if it's more of, I guess for comic book nerds, of how Batman had the Court of Owls and everything, of to where
Okay.
you had all these people going against him and everything, of like they all align, of you have three Uncle Howdies that all play different roles. You have Alexa, who was actually going after Bray, and it's just they all turn and they make Bray the baby face.
Maybe that. I mean, that would work. That would be compelling to me. That we already saw one of the Howdies, Howdy Doody, for all I know, but
Saudi
one of
duty.
them,
Yeah,
or
no, you saw Saudi duty.
Saudi Duty. But yeah, I mean, we saw him get hit Bray with his sister Abigail already, so there's that speculation of obviously there's some contention there. So we will wait and see how that plays out. But I mean, ultimately, you're looking at either Bray versus Bray, which I'm not a fan of. I'm not in huge favor, or there is some type of group or person at least behind these these glitches.
I think there is a person, not a group, and I will say this before I, bow out for the evening and everything. But I think that it's going to be Bo Dallas versus Bray at WrestleMania, where you
I'm
get
good with
Uncle
that.
Howdy, Bo. We got a Bo leave. I'll concede with that. I
Okay.
know I was
Okay.
the one that initially said it was
Hmm.
Bray up in his mind. I'll concede if it's Bo versus Bray,
Hmm.
and you get fuck it, do a cinematic match at Mania. Fuck it, you're already gonna do a pitch black match, just do it. But that's where I think this reaches its climax. I hope.
Yeah, I mean, speaking of hitting our climax, I know you are going. There he goes. Leave me on that note. Thank you, sir. But yes, you are riding with me for the next little while, folks. Big Nick is gonna go catch his pillow. But other than that, yeah, the Uncle Howdy thing's interesting. Now, I do kind of hope my lean is definitely 100% leaning towards please be Bo Dallas or anybody, but please be somebody. Don't be some manifestation of Bray's imagination. Now you're asking me to go too far. I'll put up with guys in costume. I'll put up with the prosthetics, but at some point you got to reveal who it is. We need the Scooby Doo moment, and I do like the idea of like if it was Bo, Vincent, Dutch, or Bo, and a couple other. But if Bray's outnumbered, it makes it easier for him to be a compelling babyface in the story, being, hunted down by people that know his darkest of secrets, the closest of the close. And that's why I like some of the references where people think, well, Bray's just talking about Bray, like, his other side of himself. But who knows him that way that also the storyline makes sense? His brother. I know who you really are. You're a liar. We'll see. We'll see. Now, I am back from commercial break, folks. We are just coming up on the end of the second hour, heading into the third hour of Raw tonight, heading towards Royal Rumble. A couple weeks away, we will be here live for Royal Rumble. As Nick let slip tonight, I think he did it, so we made sure we did it. We didn't change our mind. But we will be doing a Super Bowl party here on the channel. We will be here all week long. We do not stop. NXT, AEW, we'll be here for Doubleheader Friday, our weekly podcast on Thursday, and we'll see what the weekend brings. I think there is a doubleheader coming up, but lots going on. And remember, big day, January 28th, a day that's near and dear because we're getting the Rumble, and it's going to be a really good one. And it should be a really fun night here on the channel. Do not miss out. Like, subscribe, continue to support. We appreciate every little bit of it. And we're having a lot of fun watching this channel grow. Like I said, 10 and a half months old. So we are rolling along at a nice clip. And we appreciate everybody for tuning in. So we got Rhea Ripley, Liv Morgan, Rodriguez, and LeRae all announced for the Rumble. There you go. Good start. Good start. Anyone else struggling with Candice? Candice is not getting over with me. I didn't exactly love her in NXT. I wasn't a fan of the way. Continuing. Since she's returned, her return was flat. The audience response was flat. And she just very... what's the word? Is she just too vanilla? I say the word, she is afraid of Alexa Bliss. All right. Husky Harris is Bray's name from NXT back in the day. That's a true story. That's where it all began, at least his WWE journey, so to speak. I still say Alexa. There you go. Okay. I think that Beth Phoenix is a surprise. Yeah, absolutely. Damian, that makes complete sense. And you have that moment. Rhea Ripley's in the ring. She's dominating. And out comes Beth. Rhea freaks out a little bit and they go toe to toe. So that'll get a good pop. I'm quite certain that's what we're going to see. I also expect her husband at the Rumble as well. There's been rumors about somehow Edge is going to end up in a steel cage or an elimination. Hell in the Cell. But I don't know. Right now, I got Bianca Belair on our screen and cutting her baby face promo. Talking about Alexa busting up her face. Folks, we've had a lot of weird things happen, and we're trying to connect all these dots and see where they end up. And I think I had a healthy debate earlier with a friend of mine, and trying to figure out, like, the debate between is the story moving along too slow? Is there too many moving parts? Thank you, Nick. Got my back. I appreciate you. I have no idea what EST means. Can someone please explain it? The bestest, the fastest, the ist. The number one. The top. The ist. The bestest. Whatever she does, she's the ist at. Did that make sense? I felt like an idiot explaining that. Too many ist. Feel like I was in a jet plane just doing the... Husky Harris is... I got that one already. Uncle Howdy is Husky Harris. I don't like it. Oh. All right. Here comes Alexa Bliss. Have I just missed her music? Because it just feels slightly different to me right now. Maybe not. Fact checkers, let me know. I always wondered. I'm not the biggest WWE fan. It's all right, see, money, that's what we're here for. live reaction, live updates, and live chat. All right, so it sounds like Alexa's challenging Belair. Could you be a surprise? Would you be surprised if Alexa Bliss is the woman is in? No, I don't think I'd be surprised, but I think she's going to fight for the title instead. So I don't imagine she'll be in the Royal Rumble. I think she's going to challenge Belair, and I do believe there's a chance she wins. What's the catch? All right, folks. Keep that chat going. Keep it alive. And right now we got Alexa and. All right, there you go. Belair steps out on the apron. Alexa smiles, but Belair's still walking her down. Okay. Let's get physical. The ladies are got a hold of each other right now. Belair just tossing Alexa around. No glitchy shit yet. Love it, Nick. Love it. So you should like what? Comment what? Subscribe what? Ring the bell what? Because y'all like us. What? Because y'all like wrestling. Why are you making me talk like this? What? Cost you nothing. What? So be a friend. What? Tell a friend. What? Oh, the little girl with a lily doll behind her. This is weird. Ah, Belair got creepy. The girl, get up, Alexa! Get up! Getting beat up right in front of an Alexa fan. How awesome. True story. Legit was watching Raw one time in that kind of moment. And I had no idea, but as I was watching, this dude jumps out and kind of gives one of these. It's my brother. Hey, what are you doing? Are you acting like Stone Cold over Austin for real? I'm reading a message. Oh, at Big Nick. Yes, Nick is the gimmick infringer. Uh-oh. Setting up the chairs. Setting up a KOD. 20 or nothing. What? At what point do you try another kicker? Oh, howdy coming out of the tunnel. Yeah, I mean, I know I said never say never, but 24 nothing. That I mean, you would like to get some extra points, but shit. Dallas ain't fucking around. All right. Howdy bows. Wait, is it scripts? No, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. He did this. I don't know what that is. So Alexa takes care of Belair, who was distracted by the presence of Uncle Howdy in the tunnel. And again, that was all right. Still don't know shit, but it was all right. Told you. There you go. Belair's in trouble. Bronson Reed be a big time threat in the men's rumble. Yeah, Bronson Reed's going to be a good competitor in the rumble. I think he has a chance to make a good impression. He should definitely be a hard out. But I do not. I mean, does anybody see Bronson Reed winning the rumble? No. But it's a good chance to build something from there. Whoever eliminates him, he's pissed off at, or he cheats. You never know. But it's a good chance to set up something nice for Bronson Reed. I don't love the idea of Bronson Reed hanging out with Miz. Miz can kind of suck the heat off somebody in a very Jericho fashion. I don't think Alexa's mad about the appearance of Howdy. She seemed pretty okay with it. She might not quite be thrilled about it. I don't think she's upset, though. I don't think she's angry in any way, shape, or form. But with that being said, folks, we are in another commercial. The show is rolling along. We have a little bit to go here, just under an hour with yours truly. And once again, thank you for tuning into the Wrestling for Life Network. And come back all week long. Keep the chat going. I want to know how you guys are feeling. We also still have the pending, transaction. I know it's going to take a process, so we'll see how long this takes. But still a lot of speculation of who's going to own WWE, in a few months is very interesting. I do think that give it time. Maybe we're going to get through Mania before anything substantial comes out. Then again, the way everything's been moving and happening and the surprises, I mean, the fact of going that long without any big news popping off is highly unlikely at this point in the wrestling world, guys. So who knows what's going to happen with that whole situation. But we are 1 week away from Raw 30th anniversary, XXX, if you will. Going to be a good night. They already started to announce matches. So it's going to be a lot of fun there. And that is the go home show as well for Royal Rumble. So big week coming up in the wrestling world. Of course, we have SmackDown this Friday, and then we'll have the go home SmackDown the night before. Remember, Saturday, January 28th, we will be here live, and it will be a good time. We're also going to do a Super Bowl party, folks. I feel compelled for my buddy Nick to remind everybody. I think we're going to have some surprises here on that particular day, but we thought it'd be a lot of fun. If we're going to be having a good time watching Super Bowl, why not do it with friends? So tune in, strap on. It's going to be a good time. I think, yes, absolutely. Yeah, as well as he should. Should be no doubt in this one, Damien. Dale happens to agree. Otis, Bronson, and Braun eliminate Omos. Okay. I'm interested to see Otis and Bronson go toe to toe. Well, belly to belly, I suppose, on that one. Don't think their toes would touch. Does Mickie James retire on Impact? Woo, good question, Mark. I think I still think there's a good chance that Mickie is in the Rumble. I don't know how you guys feel about that. I was still super, super surprised about the fact that Mickie won. I really thought, now, I mean, it still has a farewell match. Could she just retire as, all right, guys, I'm done. The belt is now relinquished. You guys can figure out who gets it next. Maybe, but nobody saw this coming. So will she be on Rumble again as the Impact champion? Does that play into this? You're going to be on, you want to go to Rumble, take the belt with you. She did it last year. I don't see why she couldn't do it this year. Honestly, I thought she was going to lose, maybe appear at the Rumble. I know my buddy Nick has this feeling that Nick Aldis and Mickie James might be on the way together. So that's an interesting dynamic. However, how does the title change that dynamic? Will she relinquish it? Will she drop it? All we know, we'll see. We'll see how the storyline plays out. But one of my favorite matches of 2023, very young, couple weeks old in 2023, but we've had a really nice amount of outstanding matches to kick off this year, and we've only just begun. All right, what else we got? Who do you think wins the SmackDown Tag Team Tournament? I think the Bangers and Mash. I think the Banger Bros have a really, really good shot, Damien. I think there's a really good opportunity there for the whatever they built here, this little British Empire between Sheamus and obviously the long-standing history with Sheamus, McIntyre. You put them in the ring together. I think it's good. I really think that's the possibility. We'll see. They're not going to lose to the Viking Raiders, I do not imagine. Will Uncle Howdy be there? Yeah, 100%. I think everybody's going to be shocked if Howdy's not somehow involved in at least the Bray Wyatt situation. Would he also be involved in the Alexa situation? Probably. Why not? I mean, it could very much be a case of what if Alexa either wins the belt or gets close to winning the belt, something to do with Howdy tied into it, which sets up what happens during the Bray match. Maybe Alexa and Howdy and maybe the other mass, whatever they're going to be called, all appear in the dark. I have no idea. We don't even quite understand or know the rules yet of this pitch black match. And part of me is not. I really love Bray. I really love LA Knight. I think they're both talented guys. I kind of wish they were having a match. It wasn't a pitch black match. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm just losing my sense of adventure. I don't know what to tell you, but it's not exactly my first choice. By the way, Bronson Reed is already beating up on Tozawa. And if you haven't made a prediction, why did you pick Bronson Reed? And keep him coming. Howdy sends Sister Abigail to help Alexa. Interesting. McIntyre and Sheamus lose tag tourney, sets up a single match at Mania. Not bad. Well, if they win the tournament, they maybe go after the belts and then they have the dissension. I like where you're going with it. I think they can still win this tournament and have that story play out. Brandy reforms the Nightmare Collective. Oh. I'm torn on this one. See, Money, the reason I'm torn with the Brandy comment is whether we like it or not, this is the tricky part. She is genuinely a great heel. She generates a shit ton of heat every time she comes out. Could she be a baby face? Probably, but she's just so naturally heelish. No offense. But when your husband's such a strong baby face, it's hard for you to have that presence. So, yeah, Brandy's not likely. But I said it to Nick earlier tonight. It's crazy. We've seen Brandy Rhodes on WWE programming. I'm shocked I haven't seen more posts or comments about, oh, Brandy. Right? They could have left her out. I think Nick Aldis and Mickey James are both surprises at Royal Rumble. I agree with you. I know my buddy Nick agrees. But yeah, why not? I think it's a high possibility whether she has that belt or not. So as surprised as I was that she retained, especially with the build-up of that match, I give them all credit in the world. It was a great match, and the ending wasn't flat. I love when you... Oh, shit. Sorry, distracted. Bronson Reed damn near killed Tozawa. This better not lead to a Tozawa roll-up. I'm just saying. Brandy Rhodes, his Uncle Howdy, got that nonsense out of the way. Better match, Omega Osprey or Grayson James? Omega by that much. Maybe. Yeah, maybe. It's close, Nick. Bronson absolutely pancakes the ninja, and it is over. So the good news for Bronson Reed, if you guys haven't followed along, is that he is not exactly tied to The Miz. He's a mercenary, so to speak. So the good news is we're getting matches like this where you're like, holy shit, who is this guy? And he's come back with that heelish vibe, which I don't mind with him. And if anybody was following along last year, I mean, I think late 2021 into 2022, we had a really, really good rivalry between Bronson Reed and PCO. Outstanding. If you like kind of the over the top matches, we had PCO need revived, but they laid it all out. I mean, they had some really solid matches against each other. I'm happy to see Bronson back for that possibility. He's got a lot of potential, and I know Triple H likes him. He went from North American champion to fired quick time. All right, we got Seth. The crowd pops. Mickey winning the title ends the retirement stipulation. Is that true? But what if she's still in the twilight? Like, I mean, that's an interesting dynamic. So If she's just there for one more title run, then interesting. And do you think that impacts whether or not we'll see her at the Rumble? Bronson wins quickly. Not that quick, but still convincingly. Seth frickin' I'm a babyface Rollins. Play into the crowd. The crowd that loves to sing. This guy. That's interesting, C Money. So Seth letting everyone know he's going to go on to Raw 30 after winning the six-pack challenge and regain his U.S. title. Seth saying he wants to kick Roman's ass. There you go. So Seth wants U.S. title, the Royal Rumble, and Reigns belts. He wants it all, as he said. Jay West. I buy WWE via crowdfunding. You're officially. There you go. There you go. That's a great idea. Think we could raise like $7 billion? I mean, the good news is once everything else is kind of already set up and ready to go, we couldn't run it any worse as a collective. Bronson Reed for the win. Good call. Dale had Bronson as well. KJ, do you agree with me that Cody and Rhea win the Rumbles? Half agree with you, Andy. I'm not positive on Rhea Ripley yet. Now, keep in mind, I'm the guy that predicted Charlotte Flair would win another Rumble. However, that clearly did not turn out the way I thought it would. So I haven't really pitched out like who I think the women's winner is going to be. I think Rhea Ripley's in the mix. She's got to be high on that possibility list. I really do. I'm not sold yet. I think Becky's got a good shot. Some people said Sasha Banks would be a shocker. I hope you're right. We get Red Velvet out of AEW. Ooh. I don't know. She's not bad. She seems to be trying to do her thing. Bronson Reed for the win. Howdy wakes up Lily to help Alexa. I don't know about that. I scrolled up too far, didn't I? There you go. Some love. Good night, good night, good night. Clean up on aisle 9. Tozawa's a puddle. Yeah, no shit. Is Corbin still with JBL? Yes. Now, considering JBL came back with Corbin and they kind of made a deal about it, I'm a little surprised that this has been a little flat. And I think it's really like we got to get them into something, right? Like if it was Corbin and JBL having a Corbin and Bronson, or like again, Corbin and a Miz, you kind of got to get some of the wrestlers into something. And a lot of them aren't really into anything right now. I don't think Cody wins. Steve G. All right. Let me know who you think. Keep in mind, we will have a Rumble prediction show coming up for you guys. I predict women's winner will be Trish Stratus or Shayna. Would be cool. Listen, I'll pop if it's Trish Stratus. That's good for me. JPC letting us know. Look at that. Kind of 420. It counts. It counts. I'll accept that. Toast to the vitamins. Trish Stratus, highly unlikely. Shayna would be a good shout. I don't know. I think a bigger name's going to take it. And like I said, I think Becky's in the mix. Bailey might be a surprise. I don't know. Asuka, come back at Rumble, surprise everybody. Night. Beth would cancel out Rhea. I think so. That's possible, Larry. I think it might look like Rhea's going to go that way, but I think Beth could really have something to say about that. 24-0 Cowboys in, folks. If you want to help us buy WWE or you just want to support the channel and help us bring this awesomeness, there is super chat. There is the super chat option. Good reminder. Help us buy the WWE, folks. One super chat at a time. I agree with Larry. Good show, Dale. I kind of feel that way as well. I 100% could see this very much being a case of, like I said, Rhea's rolling along, she's doing well, and Beth returns to kind of muck that up real quick. Cody must win the Rumble. I don't know if he must win the Rumble, but I do think that it makes sense. And the way it's been built up, I mean, how do you argue? Are they using blue as like... Thank you, Dale. Steel cage match. Becky Lynch, Bailey. Did somebody forget to mention the cage while they were talking? Man, it's going to be a good night next Monday. You tell everybody. You're not going to want to miss this one. Tag titles on the line. The graphics are very amazing. I like it. There we go. There we go. Oh, look. Undertaker, Shawn Michaels, Ric Flair, Road Dogg, Bellas, Kurt, Jerry. Holla holla. And X-Pac is in there as well. Don't forget Farouk. Yeah, that's right. I said Farouk. JBC, I will follow that order. Don't know what I missed there. Yeah, right. Oh, and then we get Theory will also defend his U.S. title next week on Raw as well against the winner of the six-pack challenge, which is coming your way right now, folks. So, six-pack challenge kicking off. Six-way elimination match. And I was thrilled that it wasn't another gauntlet match or some bullshit name of a gauntlet match. Yes, Bobby, it's going to be a celebration. And we're doubling up next week. 30th anniversary of Raw, as well the go-home show for Rumble. It's got to be a big one. It's got to be a big one. Can't wait to see Cody Rhodes return at the Rumble. Well, now that we know that Cody's on his way to the Rumble, any chance that we see him next week on the anniversary show? Or are they really, maybe they still want to save the actual return for the night of? You don't know what number he's coming in at. Better not be 30. I'll be pissed off if it's 30. A lot of people said Seth and Cody going 1-2. I almost don't think Cody wins the Rumble. I could see him going on a long run, building up to like SummerSlam. Okay. So not Cody. Who do we got? Could Seth win it? Could Sammy win the Rumble? I think my heart wants Sammy to win the Rumble. I don't think KO will win it. Not out of the question, I don't. Here comes Finn Balor. Can't wait to see Cody Rhodes return at the Rumble. Yeah, I mean, we saw the reaction he got at WrestleMania. And then we saw the fanfare he developed in his short time in the WWE or back to the WWE. We saw the fanfare and accolades and praise he got for the Purple Peck. It just kind of it just organically being rolled out, right? Like the WWE never planned for him to tear his pec. However, it happened and they seem to be capitalizing on it. And I don't think Cody winning the Rumble is a bad thing. It was suggested to me earlier today that maybe if Cody won, he'd receive some boos. And I don't think so. I don't think so at all. And you guys can let me know what you think out there. But I can't imagine him being hit with the boos. Here comes Dolph. It always surprises me when I see Dolph at this point. Like, shit, you still do this. Let him go to EW, tag team with his brother. I have the Miz winning tonight. You shut your mouth, smile, Mark. No, I'm just kidding. Um, er, really? Really? No, I don't want it. Here comes Corby. I mean, pretty badass entrance. Here, another, but again, he just kind of floundered since his return. JBL hasn't turned him into like a guaranteed winner. Like, I think people forget, like, you need wrestlers to go on runs to be convincing. Can't win one, lose one, win one, lose one, win one, lose one. Yes, he might appear at Raw's anniversary next week. Cody, okay? Okay. Dun, dun. The epic entrance of the Almighty is upon us. Bobby, I'm sure Beth will aim for Rhea 100%, Larry. Whether she gets her out or not. I mean, Rhea could chuck her and be like, nah, I got you again. Bobby, I'm sure Beth will. Oh, I read that already. KO versus Roman at the Rumble. Remember? True story. Forgot that. No, good point, Steve. So, yeah. I mean, I'd love to see Sammy pull it off. Shock everybody. And then have Roman kind of have this, well, you're not really going to fight me, are you? And maybe Nick's theory comes true. Maybe the Rock Roman does happen. Maybe. Now there seems to be a lot of speculation around it not happening. But if I wanted to surprise people, I'd want that speculation too. However, if you get that, does that happen night one? And then this way, if someone like Sammy did upset Roman at night two, there's an excuse. Like Roman beats Rock, but he was put to the limit. I don't know. Doubling up seems a little bit greedy for me. I don't know if I want to watch Roman 2 nights in a row as the main event of such a big show. I think as fans, we deserve, you know, 2 different matches without the same people. Austin Theory coming out. Sami Zayn winning makes most sense with the Bloodline storyline being a focal point of the year. Smile Mark, you're not wrong, buddy. You're not off. I don't disagree. Now we're gone to a commercial. Why can't they do the commercial during all those entrances? And then come back, ding, 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 let's go. Why do you wait till 10 seconds in the match? Now, if I wasn't doing this and I clicked away, what if I forgot? You ever do that? You catch something else and you're like, oh shit, and click back and you miss 10 minutes? Bad play, folks. I don't like it. You just had 6 entrances. You couldn't take a commercial break during them. We've all seen them. Bobby Lashley for the win. He's a dark horse to win the Rumble. He is actually, Damian. Especially if you're reforming the Hurt Business. That could definitely be a possibility. Interesting. I like that one. That's not a bad show. Got Seth Rollins for the win. I pick Lashley. I'm going to go Seth. I'm going to go with Dale. I've been copying Dale all night. Hurt Business gets involved. Let's hope. But they seem a little annoyed with MVP right now, so maybe not. Who knows? The Wrestling God. Well, he hasn't really proven it yet with Bobby. We are waiting to see more. I mean, I thought JBL aligning with Corbin would be really good for Corbin. However, it doesn't seem to be the case. Not yet, anyway. It's Ohio, Mrs. Home. Ooh, not bad. Truthfully, Mark, I don't care. I do not care. I don't want you to book. I don't want it booked on that basis. I don't think Miz is the best choice for this win tonight. I don't like it. Not even a little bit. And no, the biggest badass entrance. And no, the big ass. Are we? All right. No, now. And now the big ass. Okay, there you go. There you go. There you go. Good night. Good night, Jordan. Get some rest. We'll see you again, buddy. Raquel will take care of Rhea. Rhea couldn't beat her in NXT. That is something we need to revisit at some point, Steve G. And I'd rather see it a less smiley Raquel. However, it could work either way with Rhea. So I'm good with it. I would love to see legs in the Rumble. Oh, Stacy Keibler. We knew who you meant, Smile Mark. When the minute you mentioned legs, I think a lot of people, at least if you were around in that generation, instantly go that route. So good for you. Good for you on that one. We haven't seen her in a while. I highly doubt it. Somebody was who was it that was oh shit. Was it Candace? Somebody was rumored today, and I was like, I don't care. But anyway, folks, I will take a second to remind everybody as we are in another commercial break, the show is plugging through. We are in the main event. It just kicked off. We hit commercial 6-pack challenge. If you haven't made a prediction yet, get your prediction in the chat. Let us know who are you taking, who do you got, and realistically, who will go on next week for the US title and what does it mean moving forward? We have picks for Bobby. We got nobody picked Finn. Anybody out there think that Finn could pull this off? Nobody's got Dolph. Nobody's got JBL. Thinking it comes down to Seth, Bobby. Makes sense, right? They've been kind of around the picture for a while. Uh-oh, here comes the comeback. There we go. There we go. See if they get the extra point. Kelly, Dawn Marie, Candice Michelle. And I was like, I don't want to see Candice Michelle in the Rumble. I would like at least 27 of the women in the Rumble to be either currently involved in the wrestling programming we're getting, and a chunk of them to have a legitimate chance to surprise us with a win. That's what I want. Last year's Royal Rumble, especially the women, they loaded up with alum and a lot like Summer Rae. Who gives a fuck? Take your Bitcoin and go. I'm sure you're a nice lady. I just didn't want to see you in the Rumble. But for me, you're just wasting. Like it's just a couple surprise alum pops. Trish Stratus, yay, let's go. Lita's music hits. Oh, that's cool. But Summer Rae, Kelly. I mean, Kelly's maybe not fairly grouped in. Candice Michelle. Yeah, we can like them. We can miss them. We can cheer for them. I don't want them in the Rumble. I'd rather see an NXT talent in the Rumble over most of those names there. Even though Don Maria, I mean, again, that one's a tough one. Rollins, I think there's going to be 6 NXT superstars in the men's Royal Rumble, 45 women from NXT in women's Rumble. 4 to 5 or 45? I think that's too many. I think too many. But 6, fair number. Who do you got? Braun Breaker? Carmelo Hayes? Oh. Apollo Crews? Does he count? All right, there you go. Bobby taking out 3 of the men on an avalanche superplex, I guess. All that in with a power bomb. At least when you do it this way, it makes sense. You know, when we get a lot of times with a multiple woman match, you get that spot, but everybody kills themselves on it. There should be one person that kind of gets the best of it. Bobby misses a spear. Miz gets rid of, I don't even know who that was. Oh. Nope. Bobby not having it. Dolph with the Fameasser. Skull crushing finale. No way. Wow. This little sequence makes me think Bobby might win this. Ivory was a funny pop. Ivory was good. I mean, a Hall of Famer for obvious reasons. Zoe Starks should win. Zoe Starks. Highly unlikely, Steve. And I don't even know if should is accurate. I don't know if I can quite agree with you on that one yet. I think Zoe's good. I mean, I think she's got some work to do, particularly with the mic. 2 count on Dolph. Remember, folks, elimination match. Braun Breaker, Carmelo Hayes, Trick Williams. I don't think Trick will be in it. Odyssey Jones, no. Von Wagner, maybe. Apollo Crews, more maybe. Keep them coming, folks. Who else from NXT could be in the Rumble? Oh, roll up on the Miz. Nope. just kicks him in the ribs. Finn selling his ass off. Zoe Stark's in the Women's Royal Rumble. Possible. Not a bad shout. Andy, I want to see Cora Jade and Roxanne Perez in the Women's Royal Rumble. They're high on Cora, highly possible. Roxy currently has that NXT Women's title, so yeah, both could make it. Not bad. I like both as a possibility. Solid. What's next? Miz doing well in this match. He is. I'll give you credit. Miz is a vet. The problem with Miz at this point is we've just seen a lot of it over and over. Not likely. If that lady comes out in her pajamas for the Rumble, I'm not going to be happy. No, no, no. Oh, stop! Oh, good shout. Just in time, buddy. Well, the Miz was doing well, Larry. Was. Seth drills him with the stomp, and we go back into commercial, folks. We are down to 5 competitors, about 20 minutes on the clock, and yes, Seth Rollins picks up the first pinfall of the 6-pack challenge here tonight. NXT participants in the Rumble, as according to Smile Mark, Joe Gacy, Braun Breaker, Grayson Waller, Carmelo Hayes, Cora Jade, Nikita Lyons, Zoe Starks, Blair Davenport. Blair. Joe Gacy, maybe. His name crossed my mind, maybe. I don't know. They might want to keep Joe Gacy as far from Bray Wyatt as possible. It might be too much of an obvious connect the dots on that one. Braun Breaker, I think, is a slam dunk to be in the Rumble. Grayson Waller, I would be shocked if he wasn't. Carmelo Hayes, same thing. Those are 3 solid names. Hayes, Cora Jade, yeah, I think it's a high possibility. Nikita Lyons as well. I don't know about Blair. I don't know just because of her notoriety. I don't know. I think there's other people that might get in there first. Maybe even Indy Hartwell over Blair. There you go. Miz is out. And I am in a commercial break. So I will remind everybody, tune in tomorrow. NXT will do it all over again. We'll see what the fallout from New Year's Evil brings us. Gallus is returning. Tyler Bate is returning. The New Day still have the belts. So lots going on down in NXT. It'll be a good night of action. And I believe we have a tag match. Axiom and Apollo. I don't know. Against Trick and Carmelo? NXT is so hard to follow. Remember, Miz was mentored by Ric Flair, and Flair's student is out. Sad face. Yeah, I mean, you can't take away the career that Miz has had. He's done it with a lot of scrutiny, but he's proven longevity. He's been relevant. He's remade himself. I mean, when he had kind of hit a stale time earlier, where that's when he kind of turned on Daniel Bryan, where Daniel Bryan was on Talking Smack and things like that. And that heat, that passion, that fire from the Miz was amazing. Their rivalry was great for that reason. So Miz has moments. I think my problem with Miz, as I said, it's just been a long time of the same shit. Shows up, kind of, goofs off, gets through it. He's kind of a schmarmy heel. Doesn't really dig in a whole lot. And then we're on to the next. So for me, that's where I'm at with Miz. It's just kind of getting old. Chelsea Green in the Women's Royal Rumble. A lot of rumors about Chelsea Green being in the Women's Royal Rumble. We put it on our special. When we did the Royal Rumble special, I do believe. Let me double check. I know we had Matt Cardona as well. So we did have
4, 3, 2, 1.
Make it work, G.O.D. Make it work, strike a pose. I pull up, hop out, then I swerve. Do my 2-step, my lick.
We did have Chelsea Green on the list as a possibility for the Rumble, and I could see that happening. Absolutely. Indy Hartwell in the Rumble. I think the Creed brothers get called up to be on the main roster this year. maybe late 2023, Damian. I know people like them, but I do believe two things are at play here with NXT. One, you can't pillage everybody. You do need, I think Triple H wants to build NXT back to being quality. It's really got away from that. The 2-hour show hasn't done it any favors. And I think you can't just keep, oh, they're good, bring them up. They're good, bring them up. The other side of that coin is the Creeds are young. They're new. They haven't been around that long. They haven't accomplished a whole lot. We haven't seen, big match. We've seen good matches from them, but like, give it time. Give it time. But maybe the end of 2023, early 2024, maybe. Seth with the running knee on Finn. Jinder in the Rumble. Yes. Jinder's a good spot filler. No offense, Jinder. I like you more than most people do. But that's what they use him as. They'll put him in there at number 18. Oh, Seth pouring some water. Or did he spit it or pour it? I was looking at you guys. By the way, why doesn't Corey Graves just take lead and they get a new color commentary? New color commentary beside him. Like, he does such a better job of calling the action than Patrick. Heater, yes, green to Rumble, and then back to catering she goes. I don't know about back to catering. Chelsea's done good for herself. Well, we got Dolph and Seth looking at each other. Who would be your biggest long shot Rumble entrance? Like someone with no Tozawa. Tozawa didn't even make the Rumble. I don't know. There's a long list of. We might have. If Otis is in it, he's not winning. Chad Gable's not winning. There's a long list of not likelies, less than 1% chance. Right? 2 count. Ziggler hanging on. Tope! Dolph Ziggler is less to me a 1%er. Dominic Mysterio. Finn taking flight. Pounced by Lashley. Dallas 31-6. He made it. Oh, there you go. Finally got one. Ziggler going for broke. I can still hang. Good match, folks. Found a way to make the 6-pack challenge really exciting so far. And everybody is down. Logan Paul in the Royal Rumble. Highly likely. I don't know what his schedule's like, but I'd be shocked if he wasn't all over the opportunity to be in the Royal Rumble. He doesn't win it, though. I don't even want to hear people suggest he wins it. Goes after Roman at Mania. Get the fuck out of here. Then I might give up on Triple H. Oh, super kick. Chelsea never used in WWE. Yeah, but that's the past. That's the past, Steve. Things change. She went on. She had a good run on the Indies. She had a good run in Impact. Hone her craft. Get better. Don't let the past dictate the future, sir. My advice for the day. Rollins with another pin. Down to 4 as Dolph gets exiled by Seth Rollins. KJ, I would fix Raw commentary table by replacing KP with McAfee. Listen, I think that's great. I think if you had Corey take lead and Pat support him, it will be the best thing in wrestling. And I know people will be like, oh, no, I don't like the yelling. Or Pat's perfect. Pat's like a wrestling fan who gets to sit at ringside. He's just full of exuberance. He's thrilled to be there. He doesn't know all the move names. But then you got Corey. Corey's technical. Corey's a smart guy. Corey's been a wrestler. A legitimate one. I know Pat's wrestled, but Pat got trained by one of the best out there. So let's not take anything away from Pat. I think them two as a dynamic duo would have a great amount of energy and just leave everyone else in place. Now, some people say, well, give Pat back to Mike, but sorry, Michael Cole. Yeah, let's go for broke. Let's make it good. I think Corey Graves can call the action. I think his ability to call the action is underrated. Dolph is out. Yes, he is. So are the Dolphins. Right, Nick? He's listening. Ohio boys out. There you go. Told you. He went out first, smile mark. Nobody cares he's from Ohio. She had a good run before she ever signed with the WWE. We will see who's right. There you go. All right. Not bad. I think they put her in something, right? Maybe. I mean, perfect opportunity. You have other athletes floating around right now, like Emma. She'll be in the Rumble. Do you put Chelsea with her? Who else is coming? We saw Deanna Purrazzo hint at it. We've talked about Mickie James. Lots of possibilities. Cody wins the Rumble. Sean's in on Cody. Yeah, I haven't wavered from Cody yet. Cody. We'll see when we do the prediction show here on the channel. But I'm still leaning Cody Rhodes. Absolutely. If you are just tuning in, folks, and wondering why I'm not talking about the wrestling, we currently are on commercial, but I'm assuming most out there know that. But yes, we are rolling through this commercial, getting into the nitty-gritty, the last 10 minutes of the show here tonight. Winding down, I've enjoyed Raw for the most part to this point. Again, the 3-hour show is always a grind, but when the energy's still kind of up at the end of the night, not bad. And the 6-pack challenge has been really good. Last going off, we had all the men down. We finally dropped to 4 competitors. I wouldn't say finally, but Dolph has been eliminated. Miz has been eliminated. And we're down to Seth, Finn, who else is in there? Bobby, and Corbin. A 10-minute max match, Bad Bunny versus Logan Paul at Mania during kickoff. Why? But why? I don't care for it. Listen, I didn't get all caught up in the Bad Bunny hype that a lot of people did. Everyone freaked out because the man jumped off the fucking top ropes. It wasn't a great, it wasn't like, oh my God, he's so amazing. He did one thing that everybody kind of hung their hat on. I would argue that Logan Paul did miles better than Bad Bunny. We're back to a number 1 elimination match, and we're going to find out. Oh my God, Kevin Patrick. Killing me, Smalls. I would hire someone to create a database of Bobby Heenan comments and just have some lower mid-card wrestlers be in charge of inserting that. Right? I miss Bobby. Bobby was great. You go back and watch old wrestling. If you guys ever check it out and you get a chance to watch some stuff with Gorilla Monsoon and Bobby Heenan, some of that was my favorite shit because they were so opposite, and I really think at times they wanted to strangle each other. Especially Gorilla. Gorilla seems so fed up with Bobby. I'm leaning on Cody too, Nick. Are you looking Jay White versus Eddie Kingston? Are you looking forward to Jay White and Eddie Kingston? Yes, absolutely. 2 faves. I know, and I would argue that, Nick and I both kind of really get behind Eddie Kingston and really want more for him, from him, by him. And Nick, where was I going with that? Jay White, huge fan. I want to see Jay White in WWE. I think the guy's a superstar. I think you give him a microphone, you put him in the ring. He is perfect as far as being a top guy in any company. Right now, Bobby putting a beating on Corbin. Off topic. Do you think Dutch and Vincent debut in Pit? Yeah, let's go. Sean, let's do it. I mean, let's just have it out. Like, do you reveal Bo and then more videos keep happening? And then the next pay-per-view, we reveal another person. It might take too long. So, yeah, maybe if you're going to reveal, if it is in fact multiple people. Oh, we got Bobby. Boom. Seth and Finn taking out Flatliner DDT combo. John Morrison made Bad Bunny look really good. Speaking of Morrison, He was backstage at EW Dynamite. He was on BTE. Yeah, Morrison's been around AEW quite a bit. We see him had a match. We've seen him have a match before in AEW. He lost. But yeah, Johnny's a great guy. Like, I really wish he had a better shake, and I felt like he was getting over with the drip and where he was spraying the audience. Next thing, he got released, and Seth was doing the drip. I like Johnny Morrison was the point. If you guys want to watch a fun match, go watch last year's Mania. During Mania weekend, John Morrison fought his wife, Taya, and the loser had to do the dishes forever in a hardcore match. So outstanding work by both of them. Fun match and romantic ending. And Taya's a badass. Oh, now Bobby distracts. All right. What is happening? Sling Blade on Corbin. Omos and MVP, yeah. Flatliner DDT combo. You're correct, Bobby. All right, folks. We're getting down. Finn with a shotgun drop kick. Bobby. Yeah, see, I mean, if the hope is for MVP to put everyone back together, this doesn't quite speak to that. Oh, shit. Wow. Rollins, you see where this is going, right? Rollins with another elimination. Finn hits the coup de grace, and Rollins puts him out of his misery before he had a chance to capitalize. And Seth has eliminated all three men from this match, looking like an absolute champ tonight. We're down to Bobby. We're down to Seth. We're down to Corbin. I think the only way we're going to get Seth. Oh! Corbin. Finn is out. True. Oh, super kick to the boob. Didn't quite land it where he wanted it. Oh, Moss grabs Seth. Chuck Seth Rollins. Now he turns. Now this would be interesting. Baron Corbin and Omos. There you go. JBL advises his protege to get in the ring. Bad decision. 1, 2, 3. There you go. Bobby Lashley picks up an elimination. But Bobby Lashley still seems perplexed at the presence of Omos and MVP as we get down to the two most likely to challenge for the title. But now this makes sense. Here we are. Theory hits Lashley with the belt. Why would he do that? He's got... Oh, right. So Omos grabs Theory. Theory's fighting out. Did we find a way to get Theory a cheer? Theory got a cheer. Good for Theory. What is happening? Seth all over Theory. All right, so thanks for the help. Now you dead. Rollins is on fire. Super kick on MVP. Spear. And MVP puts the fucking contendership on a platter. And Seth Rollins, after being an absolute beast this entire match, gets split in half and loses at the very end. So now next week, the Almighty versus Theory. And I don't know what this means. Bobby Lashley didn't seem to like MVP there. But look who gets the W. Amazing spot where Theory holds down Omos and Seth hits Omos with the stomp. Bobby Lashley is going to end this night. Yes, you did, Larry. Yes, you did. '30th anniversary of Raw, the Bloodline Acknowledgement Ceremony. Becky Lynch, Bayley, steel cage match. We got Bobby versus Theory. We got a lot going on, folks. We got tag titles on the line as well. But that wraps up Raw for tonight. Get your ratings out of 10 into the chat. Let us know, how did you feel about Monday Night Raw, the second last Raw before we get to Rumble? I happen to feel like I've liked it better than last week and the week before. A better show. Good ending, curves, questions, uncertainty. I'm okay with how this went tonight. Boo, not a fan. We already seen Theory versus Lashley. I get it. I get it, Mark. And in normal circumstances, I think I'd be right there with you. However, I think under the circumstances, I like where it's going. I like why they did it. I like the choice. I know some people, and I wonder, the people right now, if you're in the chat and you're giving me like a 5, you give me a 6, just curious, how much did Bobby Lashley winning the main event cause that rating? I'm really curious about that. Because I thought the show was all right. 8.5, no. Damien, I know you're a big WWE fan, so that's okay. I could see why. 6 out of 10, 5 out of 10, 7.5 from Larry, 6 from Andy. I'm just curious because I felt like it was a little bit better of a show. I think last week I gave like 5, 5.5, 6-ish. But I felt today was better overall. I was entertained for the bulk of the 3 hours. I do, and I'm not going to get into the whole speech about if it was 2 hours, it would have been better. But nonetheless, here we are. 7.5 from John, 7.5 from Bobby. Like I said, Raw is XXX celebrating 30 years next week. Bobby, it's true. It's going to be a banger of a night. Lots lined up. And again, they got to start tying up some of these storylines heading into Rumble. What are we supposed to be excited about when we get to Rumble? I need to know. KJ, today was better, ending more impact. I get it, but is that just because of Bobby? I understand. To me, Bobby winning was like, The only saving grace for me is, what does this mean? Because I do want the Hurt Business to return. I don't know. I enjoyed the match. I thought Seth Rollins was the MVP of the show tonight. I love what he did in the ring. I love the pace he works at. I was really behind Seth Rollins. He got 3 big pinfalls. And yeah, then he gets caught up with Theory. I still think this circles back, right? And I still think there's a possibility that if Bobby's not into the idea of the Hurt Business yet, could that somehow play out that Theory goes over Bobby because of that? And then Seth is still there in the wing, right? So don't give up on that yet. Main event ending killed the ratings. Was tired of seeing Theory and Bobby or Seth. You're not wrong, Mike. However, I don't want to punish the whole show for a booking choice, right? The rating out of 10, and the show itself to me was in at about a 7 tonight. It was good. I mean, I could see where John got 7.5. I could go right there with him, but I think overall, that if the ending was a little more compelling, like for everybody else, yeah, we might have got a better mark. But I do think there's a bit of an issue. I don't want to abandon everything else that I kind of enjoyed. There were some odd moments where I didn't love what I was watching. What was the one match early in the show? The ladies, I hate to say it, wasn't the best of matches. But overall, the night was pretty good. Solo, the Bloodline. Judgment Day was in there a lot. We'll see what happens. It was good for me, not bad. KJ today was better, ending more impact. Got that one. Main event killing, got it. See ya. Yeah, Bobby. See ya. I don't mind Bobby Lashley versus Theory next week at all. Yeah, because maybe we put it to bed, or maybe it ties into the Hurt Business. I'm completely okay with it, to be completely honest. Completely. 6 out of 10, and yes, Lashley winning affects it. Judgment Day versus Gable and Otis was a better match. I agree. You know, that was probably the surprise match of the night, Smile Mark. That match had no business being as good as it was. I highly enjoyed that match, to be 100% honest with you. Yeah, who knew? But that probably neck and neck with the main event. But I think that might have been my. I might agree with you on that. The match of the night. This is my favorite Monday Night Raw so far this year. I'm with you. I agree with that. Kind of felt like a show for the sake of having a show. Not much Rumble build, not much story progression. 7 out of 10. Wow, I thought you were going to go lower with that description. I thought there was some. We're getting Belair and Alexa at Rumble. We're getting KO Roman at Rumble. Things are starting to shape up. They've given us a few more names. Could we got a little bit more? Yes, but we're kind of stuck in some of this side stuff. I think we'll figure out what's happening with the U.S. title at Rumble next week. And they did a lot of building and a lot of praising and popping for and advertising for Monday. Next Monday being the 30th anniversary. The list of names there: Taker, Flair, Ron Simmons, Michaels, Road Dogg, X-Pac. They're all there. It's going to be a good time. And I like a good nostalgia. Kurt Angle was on the list. I wonder if he gets funny chants about Karen. KJ, I was hovering at 6.5, but I really like Lashley. There you go. Larry had a reason to go up. There you go. I'm a huge Bobby Lashley fan. Been for a very long time. Bobby Lashley is talented. He's a great athlete. He just always struggled to get himself over. That's why I thought his time with MVP was kind of like Roman with Paul Heyman. It gave him that legitimacy. It gave him that clout. Gave him that swagger, that attitude. But that is just me. Like I said, my rating for tonight, sitting about a 7. I did enjoy this more than the previous couple weeks to kick off this year. So an improvement, and I expect big things over SmackDown, Raw, and SmackDown. The next 3 shows should mean something and should matter and should be exciting. And obviously with the 30th anniversary in there, it's going to be a good one. We will be live here for that, as we always are. Well, yeah, I mean, I get it because it's kind of caught up, right? So I see what you're saying, but you kind of stuck against just timing of a calendar. So I don't totally criticize them for that, but we're getting there. We're getting there. It could have been more, but we're getting there. Monday Night Raw is getting 2 million views, 30th anniversary. I think so. It should. I'd be really interesting if they didn't. We'll see. I mean, we got AEW flirting with 1 million. WWE's got to pay attention. Can't just sleep on it. But with all that being said, folks, that is another night here on the stream, another night here on the channel from Big Nick and the rest of the family. Thank you for joining us as always. NXT tomorrow, AEW on Wednesday, but we don't stop. We got more coming your way. We got more original content, more interviews. And like I said earlier, if you haven't seen the interview with Julie Cutler from Saturday, go check that out. Check out all our library down below. Check us out on social media and Discord as well. And other ways for us to connect. We do have more coming your way, including a website and merch and blah, 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 but we'll get into that when it happens. And as Big Nick said, we are going to do a Super Bowl party here at the Wrestling for Life Network, and we are rolling through right to the Rumble. It's going to be a great month, and we are in WrestleMania season. We're about to put some pieces in place for that run into April. Folks, as always, thank you for being here. Thank you for joining us. Tell all your friends, like, share, subscribe, and have a good night. Until next time, KJ White says, we will see you on the flip side. Bye.